Once again, as the Primetime PlayStation Championship has changed hands, the ever-growing race between competitors to be the champion continues. Every fighter has the same dream. They all want the belt wrapped around their waist and won't stop until they get it. As the ever-growing division continues and the new breakout stars are on the rise, one man stands tall above the rest. One man whose trials have been shined the brightest and made the most of every opportunity. Enter the champion. Charles War, a man born to fight. His ever-pressing kickboxing style and his exotic combinations make him a serious threat to all comers who dare step into range. A man who not only enjoys fighting, but lives for it. The faithful champion has brought gold back to the war camp and wants the party to continue into the Easter weekend. It will take a Superman performance to dethrone him, and speaking of Superman, enter the #1 contender, Kev L, a striker of epic proportions. His in-and-out movement makes him an elusive threat and has shot up the rankings here in Primetime, finding his name until everyone could no longer deny that this man is a serious threat and can knock anyone out. So, will it be Kev L's Superman striking and speed, or is it Charles War, his kryptonite, and be able to stop the superhero? Welcome to Primetime.
What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? It is Primetime 54. We are live with an incredible card set ahead of us. I am your host, Cyrus the Looney. Joining me in the commentary booth, as always, on these Saturday cards, as we've come to love, is Primetime Dime, J Dime, and of course, Mr. Humbledink. How you doing, lads?
Doing absolutely fantastic, Cyrus. Welcome to Primetime 54. What a main event we have today. J Dime in Trials War, the PlayStation champion, who's going to be taking on the up-and-comer, coming for that throne, Kev L. And we've already seen some mind games going on in this one, J Dime.
Yeah, we have, bro. Like you said, Charles War picked someone at first. If I'm not mistaken, he picked Brand Moreno at first, but he changed his mind. He had second guesses about himself, Humble. What do you think that means?
Yeah, definitely. Let's get into that as well. Kevin got to pick the weight class for this one. Now, usually we see a lot of those bantamweight, the lightweights. We know Trials likes to play those sort of weight classes, and Kevin goes completely obscure and goes to the flyweight division, Cyrus. And that in itself is a very it's a very methodical kind of choice there. And we never really took this into consideration before because we've never seen it happen. But it's the first time we've seen that weight class pick being utilized as a championship fight.
Yeah, I mean, pure strategy, right? He knows that where his opponent is the strongest, probably has been training in some of the outside weight classes as a result, or maybe even it's just one of his more favored ones. But either way, he's able to secure that up, maybe take the champion into some uncomfortable waters, and obviously put him to the test. This is a new champion. I believe this is his first defense, so obviously, you know, he's going to be tested by a hot, up-and-coming contender, and that's exactly what we've got set up for our PlayStation main event. Obviously, PlayStation Gold on the line under Primetime MMA, but top to bottom, lads, we've got a fantastic night of fights. Quite honestly, a number of standout fights in and of themselves, but Big Nige up against Caliber, KM Caliber up against the LW Big Nige. Those two competitors are phenomenal. I mean, Big Nige trains with some of the best about, has trained obviously with the likes of Optics and the so on as well, if you know all the boys over in FSK and LW. And Jay, same with KM, I know that you've seen a couple of those guys compete. That's a really, really, you know, kind of deep staple of fighters from both of those camps, and I think that coming from that is probably going to make for one hell of a barn burner, especially since they're primarily known as striking-based camps.
Cyrus, you know I love seeing great strikers fight. So, you know, I got my popcorn ready. I know Doctor likes to see grappling, but forget that. We're going to see some great striking matchups today, and I'm just ready. That's it. I'm just ready for it.
Well, with that, Mr. Humbledink, I think we'll get into the first one of this evening. Another very, very deep stable of fighters from the BFAT boys. This time representing them is Warbsy. He's coming up against the I was going to say new, but they've been around for a little while now, Humble. TFA's very own Brick. You know, they're an up-and-coming camp that has really, really added to their numbers over the last couple of months and been training with each other quite religiously, and you've seen that some massive improvements, and a lot of their fighters start to make these appearances on the prelims and the main cards and sometimes even the main event spots.
Yeah, 100%. But Wobbsy kind of, I believe he was a top 15 contender last season in the Xbox division. He got himself all the way to that Grand Prix that we do at the end of the season to crown the champion. And it's not easy to do that. It takes consistency and hard work, and that's exactly what he's willing to do, put that in. And he's up against Brick at the moment, as you said, as you alluded to a second ago about their camp. Jay Dime could probably touch on this as well. Brick's coming in with a 0-2 record at the moment. He hasn't got off to a good start in prime time. We know about that pressure, Jay Dime, and he needs to get over them nerves tonight. It's a very good competitor as well as in Wobbs. He's not got it easy.
Sometimes you really just need not even just to win one match to get you on track. Win a round, because then you can build up. Just focus on going 1-0 every single round. And then when you get that first victory, it should lead on to another victory. Keep going 1-0. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, brother. Exactly. I think these picks are really interesting as well, right, Humble? Alvarez up against Masvidal. Alvarez is such a great pressure fighter if you want to use him that way. He packs such an incredible punch. But the opposite side of him, the defensive boxing skills of somebody like Jorge Masvidal are nothing to be sniffed at. So got to make sure that these guys are minding their P's and Q's, as you know I like to say.
Yeah, definitely. And Alvarez feels like the short fighter. He's builder, his character, Jay. You have to get on the inside with him. I've not quite managed how to use him yet, but I've been absolutely battered by him before, which is no surprise. But Masvidal, obviously always a popular pick, Jay. Likes to throw in them knees, them elbows, the kicks, as well as the boxing combinations. Very much a kickboxer, and that's something he's got to watch out for coming back his way.
Yeah, he got to worry about that Muay Thai from Jorge, and he got to worry about that boxing, because Jorge hands are lethal. That 4-star boxing, if I'm not mistaken, is very lethal. And if I was Eddie, I would try to get the fight to the mat as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think that would be a smart strategy for him there, Jay. As we've seen already, even early in this fight, the kind of aggressor is being Jorge Masvidal. He's having quite a lot of success with the boxing, but does get clipped right there. Humble, that's the thing with both guys hitting so hard in this fight. In a moment's notice, nice. You just see some big ass shots landing like
beautiful.
That.
Ooh.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. This doesn't look like a fight. Brick does not look like a fighter that should have gone 0-2 so far. He's fighting a very tough competitor in Wobbsy, and we're seeing a bit of everything at the moment, Jay Dime. Head movement, great combinations, good timing, good setups in the pocket, and both guys are looking really well.
Yeah, and sometimes when you're 0-2, that's not the type of fighter you are, if you know what I'm saying. Sometimes your record just bad, but you're really a better fighter than that, Cyrus.
Yeah, so, sometimes it just doesn't go your way, so to speak, right? But 0-2 is a bit tough, and he's going to feel like his back's up against the wall here this evening. You can see him. Yeah, I mean, Jay, you can see him really kind of making some great adjustments coming into this fight, and he's holding his own right now, landing some good shots up against a well-known competitor within the scene and an overall veteran in somebody like Wobbsy.
Yeah, this is a really. I need to stop talking.
Nice work. Overcommitted. Threw one too many shots right there, and that might be something Wobbs kind of picks up on. He kind of he took a step back for once. He decided he's going to create some space to let sort of Brick throw into, and Brick overextended at the end of that punch. Jay Dime, he caught him clean.
Yeah. And for real, to me, now Eddie's trying to back him up. I think Eddie's trying to get that back because he got stunned, so he's trying to get that stun back just to even it up a little bit.
Nice work right there. Goes to the body side.
You gotta watch that.
Back.
Yeah, I was going to say that lead body hold looked good, but the boxing is on point from Wobbsy. My God, the flying knee just millimeters away, lads, and that could have been all she wrote. You can see them getting a little bit hesitant now, kind of throwing a lot of feints out there, trying to use some movement. But once again, the head kick lands. God damn.
Nice deep.
Zero set for that as well, Jay. As he kind of runs with a head kick right there to try and catch him. Doesn't quite get caught, but he needs to watch out for that straight uppercut straight. That's what's catching him. Masvidal now and then is planting his feet completely still, and he's throwing a quick combination down the middle, which is catching him on the second or third punch. And that's really affecting him at the moment. That's what's getting Masvidal ahead of Wobbsy.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, he got to stay away from Jorge boxing. Like, you gotta fight your ego sometimes, and don't box with Jorge because that will not go in your favor, Cyrus.
Yeah, definitely, man. No taking pictures. Got to be active in terms of the footwork, in or out. Kind of green, red, green sort of system. And, because obviously Eddie hits so hard, and this is what you called for earlier, Jay. He is able to get it, and with a lot of time to work in this second round, Eddie Alvarez is going to be feeling pretty strong in this position.
This is where he wants to be.
Going to try and land some ground and pound and get some position. He wants the hips to stay on the hips, but the body, the top half of the body, needs to get some sort of posture up somewhere so he can kind of create some space to land some shots in J Diamond.
Up.
This could be it.
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is where Eddie wants to be. Like I said, this is a game of momentum. Jorge had the boxing advantage. Now we're here. This is where Eddie wants to be with 3 minutes to work too, so he may be able to get him out of here.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I think that we're seeing Eddie doing some good work, but it's even more impressive because I know how good Wolbsy is down here. The BFAT boys, it literally stands for built for ankle picking. I mean, he is no kind of stranger to the grappling exchanges, but right now, all over him like glue is Eddie Alvarez, Humble, doing a great job.
He's so much stamina. There's still around and 7 minutes left. You know, you need to be careful of that stamina. I'd kind of let Wobbsy work. Wobbsy's, I do this a lot myself. This is kind of why I know Wobbsy's doing a lot of work, but he's not wasting any sort of stamina to try and get out of these positions. He's keeping his stamina high when he's going for transitions, and he's letting his opponent kind of posture up and work. But that's draining his stamina going into that next round. Looks like Wobbsy might be playing a bit of rope and dope at the moment, J-Time.
Yeah, he's not trying to waste too much stamina. I'm not gonna say he's surviving, but he's not taking no damage for real. Like, he's just trying to let his opponent gas himself out a little bit going into the next round, Humble.
Oh, nice block.
Ooh.
Honestly, I think it's impressive the denials that both guys have been getting off. Obviously, it's the later stage right now, so some of them are coming out a little bit more slowly there, Humble, but nevertheless, they've been getting off some excellent denials, and it's made for an interesting grappling exchange in this second round, but now we're back to the feet, brother.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, this, I said the quality in PrimeTime, something we never even talked about. He's not on two, but this is PrimeTime MMA. There's no easy fights. There literally isn't an easy fight in PrimeTime. It's very difficult to kind of, you know, get one up on your opponent. People come in here for the first time, you know, Cyrus, and they find out how difficult it is, and, you know, if they either stick to it and try and get better, or you shut them out, and that's exactly what Brick's trying to do. He's trying to stay in there.
Yeah, exactly. And oh my God, he is getting clipped right here. Don't know if he's going to be able to survive this one, but
No, I don't know.
Jesus, Jay, that was an incredible flurry from Jorge Masvidal. How is Eddie still alive?
I don't know, but if I was Jorge, this is what I would do. I would throw that lead body kick, because you got that side you want right now. When both of y'all are in that orthodox side, if he can slow him down even more, because he has no cardio right now. His stamina's practically gone.
And all that ground and pound, all that work at the start of the fight doesn't mean anything when you let your opponent up and then they manage to piece off on you like that, because the fight scored on damage as well, Cyrus. When the judges look at this, the first criteria in kind of the main criteria is what effective damage did you get off.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, brother, right? On the ground as well, you've got to be a lot more cautious about throwing that ground and pound, because the options to post those shots, move the head, and, you know, kind of that stamina drain, the reversals, all that shit. It can be difficult, but who needs grappling when you've got that right hand, Jay?
Hey, it may be over. I'm not going to lie to you. It may be over. Hey. Never mind. It's not over, but I'm not going to lie to you. If I'm Eddie Alvarez, you got to be careful, because look at your stamina right now. And then Jorge boxing, too. Like, this is... Yep. Here we go.
Oh my!
Oh,
God.
Wow!
Oh my God!
Oh, wow!
Hey, he was styling and profiling with that one. That's a perfect way to end the fight.
Wobbsy gets the third round finish with his finishing move, Cyrus. The spinning wheel chops from Wazzy right there caught him on the gloves, carried his hands through, and as he was sleeping, he went down like a sack of potatoes.
My God, that was as Jay said, right? That was one hell of a way to end the fight, and it's one hell of a way to start the card, brother. Honestly, absolutely sensational. Very, very impressed with his opponent, although he did get knocked out in a fairly spectacular fashion. You know, he was really, really making that a pretty game fight, even though he was having some struggles, stuck in there deep, you know, after a lot of adversity, and almost came back in some spots. But Wobbsy is... I mean, he seems focused right now, Humble, and I'm interested to see where he goes from here, because that's going to be confidence building, to say the least.
Yeah, Brick was started off well. Brick was doing well. He got caught a few times early in that first round, but he looked like he was dominating most of the exchanges. But Wobbsy, the veteran that he is, understood that Brick was throwing 4 pieces and 3-piece combinations, so he was leaving gaps in between those third and fourth punches where he could counter his shots, and that's what made the difference, because he's catching his opponent when they're vulnerable, J-Dime, and that experience from Wobbsy was shown through there, and that's something Brick can take away from that.
Yeah, for sure. Even though he lost this match, this is a learning lesson. He went up against a grizzled veteran who basically He took him into his deep waters, basically. His stamina was gone going into the third. And like I said, Warbsy knew that too. And for real, for Brick, he just got to learn from it. At the end of the day, he just got to learn.
Yeah, I mean, look, Warbsy had a lot to lose in that fight in terms of, veteran of the scene. Like I said, coming up against a relatively newcomer, somebody that had been struggling a little bit. But, like I said, he's left an impression for sure, and we will have to see where he goes from there. We have an incredible fight set up next, though, Humble. It's going to be TMF Noggin up against LW Lepo. Noggin's got a lot of support in the chat, as does Lepo. These two guys have been around the scene for quite a long time, from excellent camps, and they're incredibly entertaining fighters, can really do it absolutely everywhere, but tend to do it on the feet, my man. And that sets us up for an amazing second fight of this prelim.
Yeah, definitely. And these two, we have nearly 120 competitors on the Xbox side competing at the moment in this season alone. And, the 120 competitors, these two are ranked 90th and 94th out of them two, so they're at the lower end of the pack, and they're not used to that. J-Dime, these guys are used to being around that top 20, that top 30, having bigger fights, and they found themselves facing each other, both at 2 and 4, but could push themselves to 3 and 4 at the moment, and get them even records, and that even records can push you around that top 20 and 30, and that's where they need to be at the moment.
Yeah, I agree with you. And this Conor versus Jorge pick, this is an interesting pick right here.
It is, man. It is. I've seen Noggin use Conor McGregor before. His his offensive striking, like a lot of those TMF boys, is quite honestly incredible. He really likes to come forward, likes to throw those hands, but he can also counter in the same vein, and that's what makes them such variable fighters, especially on the feet. Lepo, on the other hand, I'll be honest with you, I've not really seen this guy take too many backsteps out here, Humble. He used to be part of a camp called TP, Technical Pressure, and that's honestly what he's kind of lived through the majority of his kind of career within Primetime MMA, is that he likes to walk forward, likes to throw those hands, and if he needs to, he's got that grappling in his back pocket.
Yeah, 100%, and I think we got some information from the truck as well that Lepo actually thinks that Noggin's going to grapple him today, so very interested to be with the Conor McGregor pick, but I'd be interested. I like the sort of mind games going on early. They've been around, they know each other quite well, and this is an interesting pick because we see this quite a lot at the moment, Jed Diamond, so it's one of the picks that most people pick at, is it welterweight? Welterweight, and they can get away with it because they've both got 4 stars, but still better characters.
Yeah, even though it's a 4 stars, these are meta. These two fighters have some of the best boxing in this game, and as you know, it don't matter what Conor's stats say. You know how good Conor is on this game. You know.
Yeah, I mean, that left hand can rival pretty much any left hand in the game. As you see him starting to land some lovely combinations from Noggin, the boxing, looking clean. Something to, interesting to note, we did see a couple of people mentioning in the chat, and it made me glance down. There was a 200 millisecond ping on this one. It looked pretty stable. Yeah, I mean, that could play a factor as well, though, right, Jay?
Yes and no. Like, right here, striking it may not, but once you get on that ground, that may play a big factor when you're trying to deny things.
That and the submissions can become horrendous, so let's hope they continue to duke it out. Maybe not Humble shoots for the Humble, he shoots for the single leg either. And Lepo was able to secure it straight into top mount, but not able to hold it there.
I love how Lepo said he thought Noggin was going to grapple with him and then went off for the take.
Bro, he's playing mind games. Mind games, bro.
That ping is playing mind games too.
There's something else that we didn't get kind of touch on. You can't move your head when there's no sort of... When there's a bit of a lag, you try and move your head and it moves a couple of fraction seconds later, and it's a bit annoying because you need to be on point, and that could be why he shot. Lepo could be thought, F this, I'm just going to take him down to the ground, test out Conor on the ground and try and get some points scored on that card.
Yeah, and I think Jorge's going to have the slightly better grappling all round, or so I would imagine, right, Jay? Conor McGregor not exactly known for his ground game. Neither is Jorge, but he's definitely maybe shot one or more takedowns in his career.
Yeah. I don't remember the last takedown Conor shot for besides when he fought Max.
Yeah, that's it.
No, he did he shot against Dustin, I think. But I'm talking about successful takedowns. I don't remember the last time.
Did he? No, I can't remember. Yeah, I think he shot Khabib as well, but didn't get it. He's crazy, but I think he did, yeah. He tried to take Khabib down, you know how it is. You know how it is with these guys, but Masvidal's not known for that sort of game. He doesn't really like to be there. But he's the bigger fighter.
Oh, he got that.
I know I've been seeing Conor McGregor training recently. He's looking pretty hench. He might be the bigger of the two at this moment. Does separate though, guys, and now we're back to throwing combinations, and that's a little bit more of the pace that we're hoping to see out of these two fighters as an excellent little feint into a kick lands.
Yeah, I like that, that close distance as well. He lands back in the pocket, but one thing I noticed, he didn't throw hands when he landed in the pocket. Kind of backed up, seeing what his opponent was going to do. Either he's not confident there, or he's trying to gain information. So one of those two, Cyrus.
Yeah, potentially. And man, I have to say, I'm really liking the aggression from Noggin, but I am a little bit concerned about his overall stamina should this fight go into the later rounds, Jay, because he obviously Lepo's been attacking that body at will, bro, at will.
Yeah, and I think this is what I think going into the next round. I think that Masvidal, aka Lepo, needs to keep hitting him to the body, because Jorge Masvidal, if we remember, has one of the best body kicks, and he just need to keep touching him to the body, but not at boxing range, because you will get caught, Humble.
Yeah, definitely, and he was more efficient as well with especially with his main strikes, his jab, everything like that. It's been a good round for Masvidal. Has some nice little tricks. I think for Conor, he's just got to stop chasing the fight. You're walking into the power. You're walking into the takedowns. You're walking into those kicks. You got to set traps. You move around the outside. You can't just keep bull rushing your opponent's house. I think that's took him off his game with the takedown earlier on. He's kind of completely forgot about footwork there.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point, brother. As you see right here, marching forward, I actually kind of like some of what he's done in the pocket, but I feel like Lepo's now started to download the information and starting to make reads, Jay. Just like that, brother.
Like you said, started to make reads. And like I said, and now I think Conor may get dropped again, because Jorge, you could tell he's starting to get his timing down. He's starting to get comfortable in this pocket, Humble.
Definitely is, and starting to. You watch how he kind of moves, and his movement goes out in, and then he stops and plants in his feet, and that's when he either counters his opponent or comes with a quick combination, because your combinations come faster when you're standing still. They come faster than when you're moving. So you've got to sometimes time that and kind of make your opponent walk into it, just like you see right there. Yeah,
I mean, you called it excellently, brother. Making him walk into nearly everything in this fight at this point. He's using Noggin's aggression to his disadvantage, and then the takedown attempt mixed in with it, Jay, just continues to keep Noggin a little bit, kind of confused on what Masvidal's going to do next.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that was the best moment Conor had this fight. Him rolling out of that takedown.
Oh my God, that's it, right?
He may die. No.
That's got to be it, bro.
Nepo's going for the finish right now. Can he get it? Conor looks like he's surviving. He's on thin ice. He survives by the skin of his teeth. Nice denial.
Now to get up.
Yeah, denials on denials. He baits him into posturing up, gets the full guard, now going to go for the half guard. Transition and gets it.
Now, imagine Noggin had some success here, because obviously we had that discussion beforehand about Lepo kind of getting in his head saying, I think you're going to grapple me. Then grappling him, Cyrus. Kind of made him switch it up a bit, and now he's on top, and Noggin's kind of where he's usually good.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the feet, though, once again, and I mean, he just seems to have one thought in this fight here, Jay, and that is forward and bombs to be thrown.
I'm not going to lie to you. Even though Jorge has the lead, he got to be careful, because his head's getting low. Connor's starting to tag him a little bit, Humble.
And he only needs a few. That's the meta pick in Conor. That's why you kind of pick him. You've got that quick left hook to his straight that you can kind of throw his straight uppercut. A few combinations there, the boxer combinations, but mainly breaking someone's guard. He's coming forward, he's tagging his opponent, he's getting a lot of bleed through now, which carries over into the next round.
Oh my God, these guys clipping each other.
A little bit. Yeah. Connor's trying to have a little more success now.
He shoots.
That's a great takedown.
He shoots for his life.
Well needed, right? Only 30 seconds left in that round, but the Conor McGregor jab and the straight coming behind it, Humble, was looking crispy and only seemed to be getting more and more precise with every single one that was thrown.
Yeah, definitely great IQ as well from Lepo to shoot for that takedown. He's in trouble. He changed the situation of that fight. That could have been an early night, or even and the takedown is threw him off his rhythm again. It worked exactly the same way. So it's like a reset for Lepo. It was perfect.
I mean, that is the way to end a round, Jay. Jesus, man. He gets pressured. So much happening throughout the course of that round. But, I mean, as smooth as it gets, my man. As smooth as it gets.
Right when I thought that Conor was starting to do better, Jorge took him down. You know what I'm saying? Just to mess up his rhythm, just to reset everything. and then he
Definitely.
dropped him again. So now I think it's 2-0 going to the third. I think Conor needs a knockout here, Humble.
Yeah, I don't think he's going for anything other than a knockout as well, though. He's trying to, he's been working to kind of press his opponent's head. He hasn't hit the body a lot. And, you know, if he wants to, their stream, not ours, is if he wants to kind of win this fight, he needs to have that moment that he had, because he did have a spell of success, just like this right now. He's catching him at the end of the punches.
Yeah, and it's all set up behind that jab. Got Lepo using the bobblehead a little tiny bit, trying to get that head off the center line, Jay. Seems to be staying calm and composed, but my God, is Conor McGregor starting to bleed through when he gets the chance?
Yeah, and even though Conor has been losing this fight, he's had his moments. He's had good takedown defense.
Yeah, especially after that first one. I think it caught him a little bit off guard, right, Humble? And then after that, he knew to expect it. And I think that it just took him a bit of time to adjust, but he seems to be looking really, really good come the last 3 minutes 30 of the third round.
Yeah, we've seen this though. We've seen it in the previous round, and I'm expecting Lepo to kind of shoot, but he's not so far. He's giving him an opportunity to kind of come forward using that head movement, and that's where he should have really invested in the body as well, Cyrus, because he never invested in the body. He can afford to bubble head because he does get caught to the body. He's got a high body health advantage.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be even worse just based on that stamina as well, just to kind of carry on from that. Jay, being on bottom from Jorge Masvidal as Conor McGregor, when you've got that lower stamina, this is going to be tight.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, I didn't say this yet, but Conor was going to be trapped at top mount. You seen Jorge was not letting him get up from top mount. He was half guard. He was blocking the half guard and everything.
But he's been rocked this round. He's been hurt, and you got to think as well. Submissions kind of they kill that clock, Cyrus. The 20 seconds at least off that clock. It's like it's the equivalent in football or soccer, as people know it. You know, it's equivalent of wasting time essentially.
Yeah, exactly, man. And, you know, stalling out, if you will. I don't actually feel like he's stalling out too much. This is definitely, you know, kind of a legitimate way to win the fight. But I have to say that it doesn't look like he's probably going to get the finish from this, right?
Probably not.
Probably not. I don't know. I say that. He's on his back right now, Jay. That's a pretty dangerous position to be.
Yeah, wait.
Go for the choke. Let it go immediately. And like I said, just, you know, he's
just stalling. He
doesn't need to do anything.
He's up 2-0. He's up 2-0 right now.
Nice work though. He gets in a better position. Now he goes for the back flat, rear naked, lets it go, doesn't get the hand underneath the chin right there. Kind of stopped that from coming through by tucking his chin and grabbing them fingers, Cyrus. And now he's in a dangerous position with some ground and pound. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and that head movement, that one particular parry that he was able to get off, Jay, kept him in it. There's only 20 seconds left, maybe one more posture on the cards, but likely a dominant end to round 3 for LW's very own Lepo.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't trust judges on this game. Never mind. No, he secured the round. No, he may have secured the round. I don't know.
Conor had a good start to that round, and if you all forget, we were saying Lepo, expecting him to shoot to mix it up. It was exactly the same in the second round. What I seen in that fight was an experienced Lepo mixing up his combinations and mixing up the MMA aspect of the game to set up them combinations when he felt in trouble and in danger, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, 100%. The put it all together very, very well, and that's likely secured him the W. And it has. LW Lepo gets his hand raised here this evening. Great win for him. TMF Noggin, like I said, a legitimate competitor, Jay Diamond. You know, nothing to be sniffed at. You saw he was very, very dangerous here this evening, had that forward momentum. Decided not to mix in his grappling game, used it defensively, and I thought that he looked good, other than maybe some tweaks that he needs to make sure he doesn't get clipped, because he was winning a lot of those rounds until he got clipped.
Yeah, that was a really good performance by Lepo, too. Conor had his moments in that fight, but he kept control of the fight. And all them stuns that he got on Conor drained Conor's stamina to all them body shots. And that was a great performance.
But with that one, ladies and gents, we have another fantastic fight that's in the books. We're going to be moving on to the next one, which is between Top Striking and Simo Lilo, who is actually stepping in on short notice, so it's a little bit different to what you have on the graphics. I think that he's on a bit of a losing streak at the moment. He's been talking a lot in the league here, Humble, calling out a lot of names. Not so far has he been able to secure a W, I don't think, but he has actually, made for some really entertaining bouts. He quite clearly has some skills on the game, just maybe the trash talkers kind of got the pressure too much on his back, and this short notice fight might be a blessing in disguise.
Maybe. He's not in for, like you said at the moment, top striker. He's a fantastic competitor, so it'll be interesting to see how he kind of comes in this one and takes it. The writing's on the wall in my eyes with the sort of matchmaking of the 0-4 versus that new up-and-comer in top striking. Simolo's got a lot to do right now, and if he manages to prove us wrong, it's a huge upset on the card.
I mean,
hey, hold on, Cyrus. I want to talk about this time, Cyrus. Hold on.
Go, bro.
I feel like you guys are using top striking. You know what I'm saying? You're using Simolo as a stepping stone for top striking, but what if Simolo wins this? He's 0-4.
Short notice, Jay. Short notice.
Hold on. I don't want to hear that. Listen to me. What if Simolo pulls this off? Because sometimes, bro, the record does not indicate how good the fighter really is.
Right.
Yeah, and he's looked good. He's looked good
as well.
And that's the thing, right? I mean, Simo Lilo has looked good in his performances, just not being able to get that W, and he needs to kind of level up that next little bit, maybe kind of calm them down, whatever it is, right, Humble, whatever it is, the necessary adjustments to get that W, and he has a big test up ahead of him here this evening. This is a great competitor that's been, like you said, I think he's 1-0 at the moment, so if he's able to get a victory, he's going to have a substantial point lead on him, and therefore it will rocket ship him back into kind of, a decent level. It'll get him back onto a decent level of points and allow him to start building himself once again within primetime.
100%, and you put your pressure on yourself as well when you do talk that trash.
Yeah,
it's actually a good little tool, and you'll see this with a lot of guys that you don't like who come through the community who do TikTok and all this stuff. They put a lot of pressure on themselves to kind of get better and do stuff because they're constantly talking the crap. So it actually makes them train a bit harder. It gives them an excuse. It's good. It's a good way of keeping yourself interested in the game. Obviously, it's not to everyone's taste, but it's actually a good way to progress your sort of skills and make you care about what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. It adds a little bit of spice to it, right? Whoa, Simo Lilo not wasting any time here this evening, Jay. Gets the takedown attempt, but gets on his back instantly from Emmett. God damn.
Oh, off the break, he shot, but now he's in a position he don't want to be. And from here, Josh Emmett can really, just keep. Oh, I thought he was going to deny that. I thought he was going to deny that.
And, he's got Justin Poirier as well, so it's a very meta pick in the sense of that lightweight division, but not so much in the featherweight. Has lost a lot of the attributes. But one thing that I know
he's I'm
very good with is dealing with someone's character build. If you're still using someone you use normally.
But bro, with all that being said, Emmett is unloading.
Already.
No.
It may be over.
God damn.
Making people reconsider taking those short notice fights, Cyrus. As he goes for the arm.
Can you imagine he gets this now, brother?
Hey, what if he gets this? What if he somehow gets this armbar? I'll run on my chair. If he gets this armbar, it don't look like he's gonna get it, but if he would have got this armbar, wait.
Bro, he's actually had him panicking for a second. It looks like he's calmed down. He's going to escape, but for a moment, I thought that there was a flutter of hope in his eyes.
The betting lines at the moment as well. Going to say 100% betting lines.
He's going for it all. Oh, hold on.
6,000K going all onto top striking. It's like I feel like I'm watching a Khamzat Chimaev fight, but the submission attempts are thick and heavy from Similar.
Yeah, and I've seen him get some really deep submissions off in the past. These ones look like the escape is imminent, but just the fact that he's throwing up attempts means that Emmett has something to think about because the denials are quite obviously there for Poirier, and it only takes one wrong move, Jay, and he may be put to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Twister. Oh my God, he's one of my favorite submissions.
He may get this. Guys, he may get this.
This will be the second Twister in primetime history if he gets it.
Hold on.
If he pulls it right now.
Guys, hold on. Hey, I got 50 right now. He gets this, Humble.
He gets back on back. He needs now he needs that hand around the back of the head. He's going to try and squeeze it. You can see him holding the wrist. He's got hold of it now. The wrist fight. You can see the wrist fight in the middle. This could be it.
Brother, this is madness.
I think he's about to get out.
Simolo trying to get the upset. Simolo. Oh, he's going to squeeze. He squeezed Josh Emmett, and the ribs are going. Josh Emmett.
Oh, that was close. That was
damn.
close.
Oh my God.
Oh my! You know how close that was?
Oh, he's winning the round. Maybe.
No, but that was close. I'm not gonna lie. Whether he win or lose this round, this is an entertaining round.
He's found a niche. He's going for another one.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Brother,
it's a start. crazy.
Similarly low with the submission attempts here this year. Not enough time this time, guys, but he is showing that he is dangerous should he get the opportunity on the mat. I mean, if you're Emmett, avoid the ground at all costs at this stage, right, Humble? I mean, fuck, bro.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I'm writing a note right now about Similos avoid submission attempts because he's just chaining submission after submission. You surely want to be on top. Like, I know Dustin's better off his back, but you know you can kind of get some damage off as well if you're on top as well. So maybe he wants to start the fight and kind of take charge there. But great fight so far. Gives him something to actually worry about, Jedi.
Oh, listen to me. He lost that round, right? We agree he lost that round.
Yeah. Damage.
But I'm enjoying this.
Oh, I get dropped.
Oh, he is
Can't jump into his
entertaining
guard
right
though.
now.
Can't jump into his guard now.
Oh my god,
Oh
bro.
my god.
This
Oh my
power,
God.
Jay, this power from Emmett is just next level. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think Dustin's fighting too far too. Like, I feel like he's backing you up, trying to shoot. Like, Dustin has the boxing, but I feel like he's backing up.
Oh
way
my
too
God.
far.
Oh, this could be it.
Oh my god.
Similarly,
wanna
Lowe
jump. He
needs a
doesn't
new
wanna jump.
striking coach because he is not doing
Oh
well on
my
the
gosh.
feet. He's got the skills on the ground, Humble, but on the feet, look, he's just getting slaughtered.
It reminds me of Doc.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my
Oh,
That's a tough
big up the court.
Oh,
He could come
oh
right
my
now.
gosh. He looks like
No!
Ronda Rousey on the feet. It's over. It's over. Oh my.
There's and Doc's just asking me
it
the
was
truck right now what I said, but that was a great performance from
It was,
Emmett and
it
from
was entertaining.
top striking right there. He goes to 2-0 in the PlayStation division. Unfortunately, similar with all the balls and all the chances, and it's an extremely close submission that he got right there. He comes out with another loss, Cyrus, and maybe he needs to think about them short notice fights, you know.
Yeah, and for sure. I mean, I'm sure that at this stage now, he's probably going to get some unaired fights, right? And have his opportunity to try and earn his way back onto these cards. But, you know, he showed that he's dangerous. And honestly, I'm hoping that he's able to put it together. I'm hoping he gets with some of the right people, works on his hands a little bit. Because if his boxing's able to, you know, rival his ground game, because it looks pretty dangerous on the mat, I think he could be a dangerous opponent for really anybody out there, Jay. But top striking was fucking on point with his striking tonight. I mean, that name rings true.
But Jay, he needs to go work on some of his transitioning and his submission defense as well, because he got put in that position multiple times, and you can't do that against a top tier fighter, and that's where he's going to be. He's going to be heading up that division now, and there's no easy fights usually in prime time. So you know, even that fight there, a guy that's 0-4 versus somebody that's undefeated, Jay Dime, he nearly got beat.
Yeah, he needs to. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're top striking, you got to work on that sub defense, because even though he dominated striking really badly, he got caught in some submissions that looked a little dangerous, and it looked like he was going to be out. One of them subs looked like it was going to actually get him. So if I'm him, I'm working on that. But if I'm Similo, I'm focusing on straight striking, just starting from the basics. You know what I'm saying? Basic combinations. You know what I'm saying? Basic reads. Just work on the striking from scratch, because he got something to work with from his ground game.
Yep. Yeah, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Well, honestly, lads, this has been... we say it every time, right? But it's because it's fucking true every time. Humble. This has been an incredible start to Primetime 54. Up next, we have another fight that has a slight adjustment to it. AJS Scott, a man that we haven't kind of seen in a little while, coming back. He's a known competitor to the league. A very, very kind of high-level competitor, to be honest with you. He was making some waves last I saw him competing. But he is taking on one of the veterans in and of himself, Proper Stee, also just known as Stee Humble. These two guys honestly make up for an incredible bout. Stee is game to the very end. He has the most late finishes, or like the most comeback wins I've ever seen in the last couple of seconds. And that's what makes him so dangerous. So Scott needs to know that he is up against a durable man here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Scott is currently 1-0 in prime time. You got to win over Chase Farm, and that's a big win right there. And you know, we just seen it a second ago. There's kind of no easy fights in here, and when you fight an intro, that is definitely not an easy fight. Intro. He's fighting
Steve.
Proper Steve, was it?
Yeah, Proper Steve, brother, Proper Steve.
Proper Steve. I think Proper Steve. I'm pretty sure it's a debut as well from Proper Steve, but it'll be for this season at least.
Yeah.
But it'll be an interesting debut. A 0 guy versus a 1-0 guy, and that guy, the guy who's 1-0, wants that momentum to keep going, because we always say it only takes a couple of wins to get you close to that title shot. There's a lot of guys in the top 10 who 3-0, 2-0, you know, 2-1, 3-0, you know, those sort of boundaries, and that's not. He's got 2 wins to get there, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, here goes nothing. Looks like they're 2-1 heading into this one. Obviously, we know, Jay, that doesn't really mean shit. But I suppose from our end, it gives us a little bit of an inflection of maybe how their previous matches went and how this one may shape up as they touch gloves ahead of this first round.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you know what I feel like? I feel like their matches are closely contested because when the record is just 2-1, I feel like y'all had barn burners, some great fights. It's not like 10-1 or something crazy like that, but 2-1. One of them looking to tie this up right now.
Yeah.
One of them needs to change the stream quality. Jesus, but
Yeah, it's streaming 180 right now. This is 180.
Bro,
Well,
look, it's steady, right? We know which one's which. We know which one's which.
We will say as well, guys, if you do need help as your competitor to change it, just hit us up and we'll show you how to do it. But beautiful work. Let's get on to this one as well. Team Alpha Male versus Team Alpha Male pick at the moment, Cyrus.
Yeah, and honestly, both guys are going to have kind of similar sort of things in as a result. I will say that, of course, Yadong is going to be able to match those sorts of boxing in terms of strength, not the speed. But of course, he has the chin.
Oh, he missed his
Nice
leg kick. Nice
And a
leg
leg.
kick. Oh, head.
my, guys. Oh my gosh, Cody's trying to punish Song Yadong right now.
Yeah.
Switch.
AJ Scott looking clean tonight, Humble. Coming out of this fight, looking,
Oh,
other than that head kick, very, very good.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Proper Steve as well, apart from sometimes he's overexerting on his combinations, throwing too many. He's doing a great job, and I always feel like Song Yadong is a Cody, like it's what Cody Garbrandt should have been. He's young, powerful, strong, he can wrestle, and Cody Garbrandt, obviously, he's kind of gone down in his career, but Song Yadong had that loss, came back stronger, and that's exactly what we're seeing in this fight as well.
Mate, honestly, Scott is looking dialed in here this evening, Jay. Everything seems to be landing. As his opponent leans forward, he throws a teep as he leans to the side. The hook comes around the side. Yadong having moments of success, but I just feel like the cleaner shots come in via Garbrandt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, and Cody, as you know, is very powerful. He has 98 power. I don't want to take some of these shots from him. And he's kicking too. Cody's doing it all right now.
Yeah, he really is, brother. He really is. But obviously what he has in power and speed, Humble, he lacks in chin. He may not need it here this evening if the defense is completely on point like it appears to be, but that is something to pay note to because Yadong definitely can bang, brother.
Oh, he's done it again. I've seen him throw a head kick. He throw 4 times with the same combination. And it's the vulnerability afterwards that you've got to be careful of. It's not about landing that shot, because that shot's not going to mean anything if you've got no stamina. So he's got to be careful of kind of not setting up. He needs to think of shots to work around that one. That's his combination. Use a few shots to kind of set down up. And I like the change to southpaw now when he's starting to lead with the lead hook side.
But he does get punished with that straight J, and now his opponent Garbrandt is almost just kind of playing with him, slipping him to the ground, tripping him up, landing combinations almost at will as he flurries out towards the last 18 seconds.
This looks like Cody against Dom Cruz. It looks like Cody's back in his bag right now, Humble.
Yeah, it definitely does. Nice work from both competitors as we move into the second round, and this has been a little bit of a barn burner. I do like what I'm seeing from Cody Garbrandt at the moment. Looks like he's had a few more events as well, Cyrus, and it's going to be difficult for Song Yadong to come back, but he has had a lot of upgrades, and that chin is still in effect. You've always have a puncher's chance against Cody Garbrandt.
Do you know what? Normally I'd agree with you, but this is what I was kind of alluding to at the beginning of the match. Proper Steve has the most comeback histories I have ever seen. This guy has literally finished people with 1 second to go multiple times within this promotion. So it was surprising to hear that he had maybe only debuted this time in Season 1, but he's been in the mountains, coming back now. A little bit of ring rust in that early round, but he's going to be settled, Jay, and now trying to get some damage back off on AJ Scott that was looking basically flawless in that first round.
Yeah, but you said he has the most comebacks, but you don't.
It's not a great thing to have, right? But still. Oh!
Technical problems there back, but your nice leg kick coming from Cody Garbrandt, and you catch him. Yeah, this is a great performance, Cyrus.
Yeah, AJ Scott looking about as clean as he ever has. Those boxing combinations, honestly, just a work of art, Jay. He continues to pepper him to the face. See Yadong land a nice uppercut right there.
Probably should have stunned him. If I want to be real, that up, maybe it should have stunned him just now.
Nice work, though. I like the switch up. He's starting to throw. As we know, he's throwing a lot of head kicks, and his opponent's kind of ducking them or just out the way. So now he's mixed up them uppercuts as well, Cyrus.
But stamina.
Counter that, yeah. He needs to manage it better.
Definitely. So he's kind of going balls to the wall, Hail Marys, at full extension. The defense is definitely getting better as he gets tireder, which is quite funny to see there, Jay. But honestly, Garbrandt just looking like he's on another plane right now. Honestly, levels above, or so it would seem. Although there is 7 minutes left on this clock potentially.
Yeah, I agree with you. Cody looks like he's on another level, but I'm trying to figure out where Song Yadong's stamina is. I have an idea where it is, but I think he's out of stamina right now.
Oh yeah, bro, he gotta be gassed as.
Oh, he has no stamina to do anything. It just started blinking again.
Yeah, 5 punches is all it took there, Humble, which means he's got to be below that halfway line, as we say, AJS. He's probably just got, like, one of those quarters left, right? And that's not exactly a lot to throw with, especially when your opponent's landing like that.
Yeah.
Nice work. Yeah, he had AJ Scott just needed one opportunity because that stamina. That's exactly what he had.
Ducking that head.
Similar to the Wobbsy fight, the experience coming through. Cody Garbrandt, go for the uppercut. Go.
It's over
right now. The pound is raining down on his face.
This looks over to me. Yeah, it's over.
Good work.
A difficult outing here this evening for proper Steve. But my God, did AJS's Scott come up into Primetime MMA, show up and show out. That was a performance to be remembered there, J Dime. I'm sure that much like you, or much like me, he's going to be one of your favorite fighters going forward, bro. I mean, how do you get any better than that? How do you top that shit? God damn.
I don't know. Like, that was a great performance. He looked like he was on another level. If I'm him, I just don't want to dip my head like that because he dipped his head into a few uppercuts. But besides that, that was almost a flawless victory over a tough competitor in Song Yadong, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. He's now moving himself to 2-0 as well, which will probably push him around that top 20 mark. And you got the likes of Dino, Gamer there. You got all sorts of competitors like Chinsworth, Compug, Leaks, who we're seeing later on, and that's where he's going to be around that mix. But yeah, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to be done, as we can see from all these guys as they're kind of coming through. They are making certain mistakes, but that's beautiful as well, J Dan, because this is why we do this. You got some footage for yourself to go watch back and kind of work on your mistakes. If you do have a camp, make them watch it back, have a little look at what you can improve, and just treat it like a real sort of training camp to get better at the game. And that's kind of what they do at the moment in these competitions like Primetime.
Well, with all of this being said, ladies and gents, we are up and onwards onto the next one. Another short notice replacement, it would look like. It's going to be Big Balls motherfucking Ned taking on the one and only Kobe. These two guys are honestly phenomenal competitors. They don't need any... No, Humble, they don't need any introduction, brother, but I'm going to throw it to you. Tell us about these guys, because there's a lot to say.
There is a lot to say. They're both teammates of mine, which has made me a bit sad. But I think one of these guys is going to have to lose because they are two guys that have kind of recently joined KIA, and they've put a lot of work in. And Ned especially, Ned's kind of my kryptonite. I don't know what it is about Ned's style, but he is a really good forward pressure striker, and he's fantastic at kind of blitzing his opponent. But if you want to talk about a really nifty forward pressure striker, Kobe's that as well. He's a great counter striker, J-Dam. He has those off the cuff combinations which he throws faster than Usain Bolt going down that ramp. So you've got to be careful of those.
Yeah, Connor's dangerous, but if he get Kamaru Usman may be able to grapple him to death. And Humble, Humble. Wait, Humble.
Prelims.
Oh wait. Oh, never mind. He can't go there. But Humble, you know who gonna win this fight. Like, your teammates are both. You're not going to say, but you in the back of your head, you know who's going to win the fight. I don't know. Cyrus don't know. But you know. Cyrus, he knows.
I don't.
Do you know what, though, Jay? That's the thing, though, bro. That's the thing. That even though he may have his own difficulties up against certain opponents, and you've already mentioned it, right, Humble? Sometimes Ned is just kind of like your kryptonite, but styles make fight. And, of course, Kobe is a different guy. Formerly with the TMF boys, moving across the PlayStation, had a fantastic little run. Joining the KIA camp is going to be, just even more beneficial to him out there, Humble. And I'm massively interested in how these two guys now match up, because that's a lot of backstory, especially that they're campmates. I wasn't aware of that. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this is why it's such a shock to me. But Kobe's 4-2 currently in the PlayStation division, and you've got Big Balls Ned. He's currently 6-6. He's had a lot of fights, so it's going to be interesting to see how he kind of copes in this one. You got around 15 versus number 35. So Kobe, if he wins this, he's going to push himself into that top 10. And Ned, if he wins this, he's going to get himself around Kobe's ranking mark. So it's a big fight for both of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most prolific fighters in Primetime history at the moment, or at least in Season 3, is Big Balls Ned. trying to start out this fight very nicely with some jabs, but gets met with a teep kick that is
nice
returned.
teep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice work, nice hook right there. This is going to be one of them fights, isn't it, where they both know each
Yeah.
other so much.
Oh, he gets the drop. Okay, this is what he needed. This is a game of momentum. Now he has momentum. Now and then Connor's the last person you want to let get momentum too.
That head kick that he threw right there as well. He's been working with powerful MMA to kind of work on that one. I'm seeing other people's kind of shots coming out of these guys right now, Cyrus. It's lovely to see.
Yeah, definitely so, brother. Big miss roundhouse there, though. Has to be a little bit careful not to throw too many of those. But Ned not known for missing too many as he lands a couple and eats a couple. But the spinning back fist lands. Woo.
Oh my days! And just so everyone knows as well, it's no holds barred when we fight in league fights. It's you take out your opponent, you jump, you do everything you can to win the fight. It's like everyone else. There's no sort of restrictions. You've got to let it go, Jadan.
Oh, I can tell. Listen, I can tell how the matches go because this is a great match.
Oh man!
Ooh.
Great shot in the body, and Kobe's backfiring as well. He's needs to be careful of not getting caught too much there to the body, Cyrus, as he's hurt.
I mean, KIA showing up and showing out, Jay. Absolutely. Swanging and banging, bro. Just letting these hands and kicks go. A lot of these things are landing as well. No feeling out process needed. Obviously very comfortable against each other and relying in their skills.
Nice work from Kobe. He's capturing
The only thing I'm mad about is Humble. Why didn't we see this match earlier? You get to see this on the daily. We don't get to see this. This is a great match. They match up to each other very well.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, these two guys, I know how good they are. They play me on the daily, you know, when I am playing the game, and they're just both great competitors. But if you do want to join PrimeTime, we have a dozen people watching us at the moment. If you want to join PrimeTime and get yourself on the cards, just like these two, hit that link button in the chat. You will get a fight, no matter if it's not aired. You might get yourself up to there. But we take all competitors, Xbox and PlayStation. So sign up for a fight as we get back into this one, Cyrus.
Yes, sir. Sign up, get involved, and show out like the KIA boys. I mean, what more can be said, Jay? These guys are absolutely letting it all loose. Masvidal. I mean, Masvidal's now coming to life after some early success, right, in this round by Ned. I have to say, Kobe has been taking over since that midpoint and been looking fantastic.
Look at the head health and the body health. It's identical.
Yeah.
That's how you know they know each other very well. That's how you know you're on the same team with each other because it seems like they know each other's every move at this point.
Oh, big shot right there. Beautiful. Suave Jamie's favorite shot in the game. The straight left hook to the face. Left hook to the face right there. Beautiful shot. Excellent work to end the round from Ned.
Yeah, I mean, that was an incredible pace that was being set even there, Jay. And honestly, I don't think that's going to let up. They touch gloves for the second, and I think the action continues.
Yeah, that was a crazy first round.
Oh, he tries to take him to the Muay Thai Olympics, but missed out on that one there, Shaddai.
Man, I feel like we're getting spoiled by this. This could be a main card fight anywhere right now. And this is on the prelims. We're getting spoiled right now.
Look at the ways that they're trying to counter each other. You see the gear cogs moving.
Oh, nice work. Kobe.
Oh my God.
He's got him hurt. Kobe's going against the fence as well. Terrible position right there.
And this is one of the things that Kobe does so great. He never just kind of gets overzealous with it. He gets his opponents hurt, and he just continues that workman-like approach and continues to chip away, Jay.
Oh, nice.
And it makes him so hard to fight.
Man, this is very entertaining. Like, I don't know who's going to win this fight. I don't even know who won the last round, Humble.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This keeps going backwards and forwards. I'm just on the roller coaster. I feel like I'm inspiring at the moment. This is the crazy thing. This is what these fights are like. That's when you know you're in the right place, Cyrus.
Yes, sir.
Fights like this.
Yes, sir, mate. Yes, sir. This is kind of like one of those Jim Barber. Oh my God, he connects.
Sends it wobbling.
Oh my God.
Sends it wobbling. Oh!
That was a great elbow. That was a great fight.
My God.
What a KO.
That was a great fight.
That is one of the beautiful things about fights just like this. We don't need to know, round by round who's going to win. They take the judges out of it every freaking time, Humble.
Look at how good them two are, though. Like, come on. They're in my team. That was what a fight. Like, just beautiful technique throughout the fight. Great combinations, a fantastic will and grit to win the fight from both guys. And just when you think it's over, just when you think it's about to be done, you see the first pullback of the day land clean Jay Diamond and send his opponent to the Shadow Realm.
Hey man, I was amazed just now. That was a great fight. Why is that a prelim fight, Humble?
Mad in it.
That is main card material. That was a great fight. That may have been the best fight I've seen so far.
Well, do you know what? Talking of main card material, the next card's going to continue just in that fashion. Going to be having KM Capellotti up against Oni Jai. These two guys are straight savages in the cage. I'm not going to waste too much time giving them the introductions because if you don't know them, Humble, you're about to as we head into this next one. Bantamweight is the division. Striker v Grappler is what we have on the cards, and honestly, with this weight class, especially Humble, I expect fireworks, man. There's no way a bantamweight fight is boring. I don't think I've seen it. I don't think I'm going to see it, and that ain't starting here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure Oni J might have fought last night. I know he's won. I know he's 1-0, but I can't remember.
He did fight. He did fight last night because I tuned in a little late, but I seen a little bit of it. He did.
He fought Ripper, which was a good fight as well. I remember that fight. That was a back and forth, absolute war, and I believe he got submitted in the third round. But yeah, he's a good submission artist himself, though. You can tell with the pick he's going with Sun Sao, and he's going to be taking on a Cody Garbrandt. We've already highlighted the keys from Cody Garbrandt. But what about a Sun Sao's Cyrus?
Well, Sun Sao, right, being just such a phenomenal jiu-jitsu player, one thing that's interesting to note about guys just like him, Jay, and Humble, of course, is that they don't have to be worried about getting taken down, so they can blast those kicks at their heart's content, and that can give somebody like Cody Garbrandt, who's going to be a lot faster, going to have a slight reach advantage, some issues, because he doesn't necessarily want to get down on the mat with somebody like a Sunzo.
I need to apologise as well. Oni J last night gave us one of the best submission sequences I've ever seen in my life on this game, and I just want to apologise. He's 1-0. He came back and subbed Ripper after being 2 rounds down with the third round by getting up from the guard, pulling guard, and then going for a Kimura on his opponent when he zapped all the energy. It was absolutely beautiful.
Oh man, he's looking good right here as well, Oni Jai. But the takedown defense for Garbrandt stands true there, Jay. And now he's got him pressed up against the cage. This is not where a Sunzo wants to be.
It's not. He don't want to be in a pocket with no Cody Garbrandt. But you know what I'm thinking? Every time I see this matchup, I'm thinking of what Cody did to him. Do you remember what Cody did to him, Cyrus?
Yeah, he sent him to the land of wind and whispers, my friend, and he did it on a moment's notice, and that's why Cody Garbrandt is such an entertaining, fan-friendly favorite. But he does now hit the mat, Humble, and this is not where he wants to be. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, one of the best on the mat in the UFC period. Sunzo now looking very, very good in a pretty dominant half-guard position.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Oni J kind of approaches this one, what type of methods he's going to try and use to go for a submission. It looks like he's going to go for a pattern-based maneuver at the moment, J. I'm trying to get a read on his opponent to see which way he goes. Got a bit of connection issue with their stream at the moment, but it's come back.
Here we go, brother. Here we go. Slices.
Ooh, man. I don't want to be here if I'm Cody Garbrandt. This is exactly what you don't want right now.
Oh, triangle armbar.
Triangle armbar?
I mean, he may get it from what you're saying. He's dangerous.
Close. This is close.
It looks like he's just trying to get a read at the moment.
He's
obviously, controlling your opponent as well, Jay. Making sure that you're scoring some points.
And do you know what?
Sir, every sub isn't. What do you say?
I was going to say, do you know what I just saw there that gives me more and more confidence of what he knows on the ground? But fuck that, he gets reversed. Great defense by KM Capellotti. Training with the KM boys, he's going to have a deep, all-round understanding of the gauge aim and Jay, and that's what's likely allowed him to get that reversal. He needs that separation, though, right, bro? He needs that separation.
If I was him, I'd get up. Right here, I'd land some shots and I'd get up. Yeah, like I said, I'd get up. You don't want to be there. This is where you want to be. You have a big advantage here if you're Cody.
Yeah, I think you're right on that aspect as well. And he's now back to the feet and he landed strikes with the boxing combinations, coming to the body, going back to the head, and getting caught again by Sun Sao. But MMA is the name of the game, and Oni J is trying to kind of mix that up. This round's been a close one so far, Cyrus. Last 40 seconds of this one, I'm not sure who's winning.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I have to say, Oni, man, he's He's on it here this evening, but the takedown defense from KM Capellotti standing true once again. In the beginning of this fight, I have to say, Oni looked so good in his striking and then got the takedown. I forgot that he was against a KM member. This Capellotti dude is going to have striking for days, Jay, as he tries to land some combinations. He just needed to get settled.
Oh, and he caught it. Yeah. And he put the arms up after. He put the arms up. He has to win the second round now because he put the arms up like he was the man just now.
Could have won the first. Who knows? I'm not sure how that round kind of went. I do remember the big highlights for me were the ground game essentially, and some of the combinations, the takedown defense from Capellotti at the end. A very even round in my opinion, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, it was a very, very even round, man. It definitely was. And you can see that statistically as well in terms of the damage landed, the stamina. But I have to say, they're starting actively, much like they did in the first one here, Jay. And I will be interested to see how that first takedown goes. Because on the feet, Garbrandt's looking like he is dialed in right now.
He's looking like Cody Garbrandt. That's what he's... Ooh. And he denied another one. And that takes some stamina from Oni, too. Ooh.
Oh, my.
Ooh.
Oh, my.
Nice work right now. Comes back with the hook, just misses. Oh, we're starting to... Oh, he got away with that one. That didn't even take half his health.
Dang, Cody.
Usually an instant rock right there, but Sunsow not having the follow through. He maybe wasn't committed to his punch, Cyrus, because he's kind of moving backwards a lot. And when you're moving backwards, you're not standing still. Those punches don't come as powerful as fast.
Yeah, exactly. You know, likely just taking some off that punch. And I mean, that also speaks to the fact that Sunsow doesn't have the same sort of power as Garbrandt. But my God, can this man submit a fool? And that's what he's looking to do here this evening. But I have to say, from what you said about Oni being obviously very, very good in terms of those submissions, I think these early ones, Jay, are just him making some reads, right? Because he's got 3 minutes to work. And, he only needs 30, 40 seconds to actually cinch one of those in.
Yeah, he's not actually trying to sub him. He's using them to get a read, to learn his pattern real quick, and then just continuing to control the ground like he's supposed to, Humble.
Yeah, 100%. If you think about it like this, you can go for 9 submissions, but you only need 1. So, them 9 submissions can build towards you gaining information for that one, if you can get them. You've got to be careful, though, when you are going for submissions, because if you get in certain positions and stuff like that, you can kind of waste a bit of stamina going for that sort of style, Cyrus, especially if you're already losing the round as well. You're not going to get a rock, you're not going to get it, and sometimes you need it.
Yeah, exactly right. Sometimes, you have to decide whether or not to kind of ride out that round. But he finds himself back on the feet here. That's very, very nice. Got to be careful now in terms of how he approaches the next 1 minute 40. Does not want to get put back on the mat. Fires the head kick, which is a bit risky, but it lands.
Ooh, another knee.
He's trying to cheese him now.
I'm getting PTSD from seeing these knees. I can't lie to you.
I mean, it's going to stop him coming in. It's going to hurt his body. And now you see Garbrandt kind of firing some back as well. What I'm seeing at the moment, what I'm kind of noticing is Oni Jay's trying to get in the head of Capellotti. Seeing the hands go up in the end of that round. He's trying to make his opponent walk into something that he shouldn't. We all know about that chain of Cody Garbrandt, so he's got to be careful.
Ooh, the death kick in the arsenal of the Sunsow.
That's what he's looking for.
The takedown
That's great
defense.
takedown defense. Hey, that takedown defense is immaculate right now, Humble.
It is, but he's going the same way. That's the 4th takedown he's gone with.
That's
the same
problem. Because
So
he's been read that. He read that a few takedowns ago. So if you're gonna keep doing it, he's gonna keep blocking that.
When I tell you that the Kingsmen as a whole make reads and they get better in their striking as seconds tick by, Jay, you better believe it as Capellotti sits him down at the end of that second round. Beautiful flurry to close out that.
Yeah, listen to me. Is it 1-1 right now, guys? Going into the third, or is it 2-0 right now?
Could be. It definitely could be 1-1 going into this third round, and usually the third round in my books means more than anything. And the momentum so far, Cyrus is kind of swinging in the favour of Capellotti, and that's something Oni Jay is going to have to steal from him if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, like I said, the Kingsmen, just as a camp as a whole, they make excellent adjustments. It kind of all stems from Cold Blooded, one of the best counter fighters I've ever had the pleasure of gracing this octagon with, or fighting in this octagon with. But look at that right there, the combinations landing, and it looks like it's not ending anytime soon, Jay.
Oh, it's not ending. It is not ending. Cody is trying to punch his head off his shoulders, and this may be over. No, it's not over. It's not over.
His head is blinking right now, and Oni Jay is in dire need of some help. His Garbrandt's got him back to the feet, goes for another takedown, takes the back. He's going to try and
and he gets him.
Gets him now. He needs to do something with this, though, Cyrus. He needs to make this one count.
Yeah, he's got to be able to stabilize the position, and he gets the denial, which is massive, Jay. It allows for submissions, and the Bulldog choke is the one of choice.
Interesting.
Now, that is interesting. I thought he would deny that. Like, that looked really slow. Have you seen the bar humble?
Yeah, I feel like there was other options right there. Obviously, he could have tried to take the back. He could have done a few other things, but he went for that choke. He's not one of the strongest, Cyrus. And that might be a bit of inexperience on EJ's part.
Yeah, honestly, I just feel like he needs to commit to one of these submissions because he's not really committed to a single one yet. Too many reads and ultimately, waiting for that perfect one when it may never come. And right now, it's back on the feet and back in the world of Capellotti, Jay, as we see him marching forward and continuing to just land flurry after flurry.
Oh,
that knee, man. That knee, listen, that knee should have put him out. I'm not going to lie to y'all guys. I thought it was going to be wraps a second ago. I thought it was over.
So did Capellotti, but now he's laying flat on his back with another human being on top of him, ready to round some ground and pound Cyrus.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's looking to do, but honestly, I don't know how Asunzo's scoring this in his head. He may need a finish here, and this might be the one.
These count for points.
This may be the one, brother. This may be the one.
Oh.
120 left as well on the clock. It looks like enough. This is a race right now. He's going to try and extend the arm across them hips. If he gets that going at the moment, he gets the full.
He's not getting it. It looked for a second. It looked like it was close.
Oh, he gave up. I was actually criticizing him for giving up on it and going for another one, but it's given him enough time to do so.
Yeah, and he also keeps the stamina, stamina about equal when you chain those submissions together because the recovery frames are about the same. But there's the denial for Capellotti.
There's the denial.
Vital.
30 seconds to work right now. And
I would just keep him there. Ooh!
I mean, it's definitely first round. It's maybe one round apiece.
Maybe.
He's got enough time.
Maybe this loses him the fight. This 13 seconds.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's game. That's game. I think Cody will take unanimous decision to this.
Good fight.
Yeah,
that was a good fight though.
Only Jay had some tricky sort of style right there to kind of because he won the first round, or maybe won the first round, and then the third round he was trying to go for as many submissions as he could and rack up those points for the scorecards of trying to finish the fight, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. He does not get the victory though. That does go the way of KM's Capellotti, 29-28 across the judges' scorecards. Looks like he won round 3, round 2, yeah. And obviously Mr. Oni Jai having a great first round. An excellent bout though. As come to be expected now, even when it hit the mat, these guys, especially Oni in particular, was incredibly active. Seeking after those submissions, and it just made for a very, very interesting bout. With all of that being said, though, we're just going to take a couple of seconds to have a little bit of a look ahead here, Jay. Obviously, up next, we got the featured fight of this prelim card. Going to be TMM Reaper on Purple Urkel on the PlayStation side of things. Those two guys are straight savages. And, obviously have been doing a lot of work around these leagues. So I expect them to be coming dialed in and honed for that fight, brother.
I expect this to be a barn burner, a great fight, because the last week we got spoiled. This week we haven't been as spoiled because we've had more decisions. I feel like this is the one that's gonna make it pick right back up, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, 100%. Reaper, man, he writes the beautiful kind of intros that hype us up as we come into these events. Got a creative mind, and that doesn't just extend to his writing, it also extends to his fighting style out here, Humble. This guy, really, really brings the action every time. Sometimes that has gone against him, but always does it make for an interesting bout. And with his now, newly found focus, he believes that he's made the adjustments to now get his hand raised more often than not going forward.
I hope so, because I like Reaper. He's a good lad, and he's currently ranked 48th with a 4-6 record, and he's fighting Purple Urkel, who's 2-3 as well. Not had the best sort of record himself, both around a similar position around that 50 mark, and they need to kind of get a good run, a good streak together to kind of make an impact on this division. I know me and Reaper were supposed to fight a few times, but it didn't make sense to the matchmakers at the time. But it's someone who I've got my eye on in the future. I really hope he does well in this fight, because it's a tough one against Purple, because Purple can pull out the bag, Jay.
Oh, did I forget something? Were you calling out Reaper recently?
Yeah. They wouldn't let us fight because he lost, I won, but yeah.
So are you still looking forward to fighting Reaper? Is that still on the table for you, huh?
Oh, 100%. Me and Reaper will fight at one point, even if it's just for fun, but, it will happen eventually. But it's not about me tonight, J Dime. It's about Reaper. It's about Purple Urkel, and that's what we're going to get down to in a second. If these two are cutting them final pounds, Cyrus, sometimes we have some accidents. Yesterday we had a dolly through a window. I don't know if you've seen. We took out an entire roster of people, just like the McGregor incident back in the day. I don't know what it is about these trends and dollies.
No, I know exactly. Gotta be mindful, brother. Gotta be mindful, especially on those buses. But just to throw it back to Purple Urkel, because we hyped up Reaper quite a bit, and obviously Purple Urkel, like you said, he's in a very similar spot to Reaper this point in Season 3. But going back, I believe in Season 1 of the PlayStation side of things, and still to this time, I think he actually holds maybe the fastest knockout in primetime history. I think he got it within 10 seconds. We might have had one slightly quicker,
10?
but... yeah, it was a silly one, bro. They both walked forward. They both throw a combination. One slipped, one landed a head kick, and that's all she wrote. And obviously, he's looking to get back to past successes here this evening. And this is a tough test for him. Reaper is focused, Jay. He is focused, and he's not anticipating Purple Urkel having the answer for what he has, brought to the table here this evening.
Here we wait. Hold on. All right, so I know the record is 12-1, but
one. There's a one there.
Okay, listen to me. That doesn't matter because you can lose them spars, like I always say, against him, just y'all sparring, and it's different when you're on a main card, or not even main card, when you're on a primetime card in general.
Yeah, 100%.
Favorite fighter, Giga Chicka Daisy.
What'd you call him?
Giga Chicka Daisy is fighting Yaya Rodriguez. Remember this is the hell. It's my favorite. My favorite pronunciation I get wrong, but Giga is a fantastic kickboxer. He's got really unorthodox striking, and all his attributes, all of his perks kind of suit him going backwards. J-Dime. It's a similar for Yaya, to be honest. He's got a lot of those spin ticks, a lot of grit, a lot of body kicks, but these two are very similar in style.
They are both really good kickboxers, and that question mark kick Giga got, especially if you're going towards your lead leg, is insane. It whips like a baseball bat, Humble.
100%. The betting lines went 100% to Reaper. So a lot of support in the chat, which means no one's going to win any money, Cyrus. So people need to start backing them underdogs, because when it happens, you're going to be rich.
Yeah, I mean, look, ultimately, especially in like a fight like this, they maybe took the 12-1 record, at face value, and we know a little bit better. Obviously, calling these fights, we've seen it time in, time out. Obviously, just to bring it back to the point, these guys, as you said, both excellent kickboxers as a whole, but of course, there are slight changes in their game. The Taekwondo style on display right there with the spinning kick to the body from Rodriguez, and of course, those leg kicks and switch kicks to the body from Giga. Going to be something to behold here as we see them really starting to open up over the midpoint of this first round here, Jay.
Yeah, and this should make for an exciting fight because of the styles, because they're both very similar. This should be real exciting, and I don't know who's going to win this.
Nice fight so far. I'm liking the positioning so far from Reaper. He's backed his opponent up, and that's kind of... I always talk about Cyrus every single time, because it's kind of my game, is backing your opponent up to the fence, so they've only got kind of a couple of options to move left, right, or stay where they are, and they can't move backwards anymore, so they're in range, and it's a really important part of a kicker's style.
Yeah, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. I have to say that I am being mesmerized. I'm really trying to pay attention to their footwork right now, because they're doing a very good job of countering each other, measuring it very, very well, attacking the body with rhythm there, Jay, and, doing so pretty defensively sound so far, although they are starting to bleed through very, very nicely. A lot of combinations getting under and around that block.
Oh, Purple, the underdog. Listen, nobody wanted to bet on Purple. He stunned him out. This is a more competitive fight than y'all better thought it would be.
Nice work.
Oh, nice.
Comes back up to the head as well. Reaper really picking his shots at the moment. He's got the one thing I've noticed, though, he uses a lot of head movement unnecessarily. When he could be exiting the pocket, he kind of dips his head sometimes, and that can cost him stamina over a period of time. Cyrus, he's got to be careful of that.
Yeah, definitely. My God, this body attack from Reaper is looking crispy clean here this evening. It is being returned by Purple Urkel, but just the overwhelming damage to the body coming via Reaper, just straight after straight, kick after kick there, Jay. Everything seeming to land.
Oh, nice. Yeah, front overhand too. Reaper's doing a good job. This is a competitive fight. And Yair does have that stun, but at the same time, Reaper's doing a great job.
Yeah.
And what that jab to the body does as well, Cyrus, it offsets the rhythm of any of your opponent's sort of combinations, because it'll zap your opponent's stamina as they're throwing a combination. If they're in mid-process, The third, fourth one has got no sting on it anymore, so you can kind of come back.
Ooh, hold on. I look down and he's on the ground.
He looked down as well.
You are absolutely right, but that
Yeah,
you know,
he did too.
That
we
jab
both looked down.
that jab to the body, brother. It also kind of ducks you under some of the hooks that your opponents are returning. So, you know, it's actually something that kind of has some defensive purposes to it as well. But the head kicks is really where the money's been at. They're throwing that straight into the question mark kick, and of course it comes out with increased speed there, Jay. And you see it landing time after time. Of course, it looks going like it's going to the body. Then that question is, you know, kind of really put to you. You choose wrong, and your face is getting really kind of taken off that shoulders of yours.
Yeah, Cyrus, that question mark kick off the straight can be dangerous, especially if you angle it correctly. That's what makes it even more powerful.
There you go, Jay. Beautiful work right there. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. If he moves off to the side while throwing that, it comes out even faster, Cyrus, which is crazy. Both guys have it as well, so it'll be interesting to see. And obviously the axe kicks from Giga and a few other straight kicks are some of his strong suits and strong arsenal. But Yayo Rodriguez has a lot of spinning attacks, including them elbows. So he needs to be careful, Cyrus, of what he walks into.
Yeah, no, definitely so, brother. Definitely so. Oh, there it is.
Ooh.
God damn, that spin lands the lead hook. Now the flurry is on.
Purple Urkel about to ruin people's nights.
Oh, this is a highly competitive fight right now between two high-level kickboxers.
Showing that 12-1 record didn't count for a shit, Humble, as once again Reaper is trying to take the center, got some good head movement, but some of that stuff is starting to really nicely and sneakily bleed through.
Yeah, definitely. Yaya landed a big shot to end that round. That's kind of all I remember from it. It was a very competitive round where both guys were kind of landed, and you know, Purple Urkel is still following suit, and I don't like the stamina of Reaper. I don't like the body health of Reaper, and I think he's got to be careful of what he walks into, because he's walking into a lot, Cyrus.
You know, he is walking into a lot, man. He is. And that's kind of the live by the sword, die by the sword of mentality that Reaper has, as, you know, we alluded to at the beginning of this fight.
Nice.
And it makes for, you know, something very difficult for your opponent to deal with when they're kind of on the back foot being defensive, Jay. But when they're timing it, then obviously that changes the cards entirely, and you need a second answer to it.
Yeah, I agree. And Humble said something that Reaper got to worry about his stamina. But I would say yes and no. I'd say if it was a 5-round fight, I'd be more concerned. But since it's 3, it's not much time left right now. Yeah, we got another round, but he's still going to have some stamina because it's a 3-round fight.
Definitely. And one thing I'll allude to in some of the studying I've done on Reaper as well is he likes to mix it up really well. He likes to go to the legs, likes to go to the body. But one of the disadvantages of that, Cyrus, is you're not focusing on one sort of particular body part. And when you really do that, you make them worry about other parts. When you can, then you can kind of mix that up and go to the body or go to the legs. And it also benefits you later on when you're focusing on the head health. How many times have we seen it? You could be losing a fight and then you've got that head health first.
Just like that, brother. All
the underdog. Did anybody bet on him? Because this is a really close fight. Did anyone bet on Purple?
Not one person believed in Purple Urkel tonight.
Not one?
Purple Urkel, and he is showing up. And showing through at the moment, but Reaper pressing the action again, Cyrus.
Yeah, trying to upset. The upset is Reaper. He has been non-stop forward momentum. Lands a nice lead hook into a combination. Rodriguez trying to answer back, Jay, not really wasting any time unloading on each other with only 20 seconds left in the second round.
Oh, but he stuns him again. Oh, this may get a little ugly. I don't know. Oh, nice body attack by Reaper, too.
Oh, wow. Nice work. Oh, he gets caught with that spin. We talked about the spinning elbows, and he pulls out the bag in the last second, and it's a similar sort of pattern to the end of the round, Cyrus. He throws a big shot, gets caught by Rodriguez, and that's kind of what leaves a lasting image in the judge's eyes.
Exactly right. Those big moments at the end of the rounds do really stand out to the judges. Obviously, understandably so, you know, considerably more. But as you see, Purple Urkel again, 3 stuns to the 2 on the opposite end. He is 2-0. Mate, he's 2 up. He's 2 up right now. He is on for an upset. There, Jay. Not a single man bet on this guy, like we said a moment ago, except for him and his coaches, and he is out here this evening doing his damn thing and looking good doing it.
Yeah, this should make for a really interesting 3rd round. They better put all of it on the line, because they've been doing that this first 2 rounds. Oh, hold on. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. Will he upset the world?
Oh,
he upset the world. Hey, he may upset the world.
Reaper's out.
With some style on it.
Not a soul on Purple. There wasn't one person who bet on him. and he shocked the world. Somebody would have been rich. Just one person bet on him. They would have been rich, guys.
That'd have been crazy. That'd have been crazy. For Purple Urkel with a fantastic win right there. Takes himself to 3-3, which is not a bad record in prime time, especially the killers that we face. You know, I've got a very close even record, even though I'm around that top 20, Cyrus. It's difficult to kind of win them all, and you see it. This fight could have went either way for more majority of the time. One thing I noticed about Reaper is he kind of rushes things a bit too much sometimes. Someone said he didn't have a big enough breakfast this morning, and that might have played a factor, Cyrus.
Yeah, potentially. So I feel like Reaper gets a little bit of tunnel vision. He gets successes and continues to chop at that mill. And like you said, maybe over distributing his workload in terms of to the body, the head, and the leg. But he was looking really good for a large portion of that fight. And even though I do feel like after looking at the statistics, Yair was probably up going into that last round anyway, it didn't feel like that whilst watching it, Jay. It felt very, very back and forth. Both guys were landing big shots on each other, and they should hold their heads high. That was probably fight of the night, and that might have been, I mean, that might be fight of the night, bro. That was a great fight.
I'm just so happy for Perp because, like I said, nobody bet on him. Not one person. I love you, Reaper. You my guy, but no one bet on Perp, and he shocked the world. I love underdog stories like that.
Yeah, there's Purple Urkel in the chat right now winding people up saying, "What's that, boys?" You know, GG Reaper, but you know, that's how it is, and that's the prelims portion of our card, Cyrus. What a fantastic lot of fights we just had right there. We have no short of fantastic fights leading into the main card. There's going to be some absolute killer bouts, Cyrus. Give us your thoughts on this main card and what are the highlights of this one for you?
Well, brother, I mean, where do I start? These night of fights has been incredible. Like you said, that was an incredible featured fight. But looking forward, all around, we have a couple of changes that I'm just going to quickly note. LW Big Nige is now going to be fighting KM Caliber, the habitual late notice replacement. He steps up once again, has an opportunity to take on a tough competitor in Big Nige. TFA Pug is actually going to be taking on TMF's Toasty Toes, two very, very high-level competitors. I'm really anticipating that one. And then we have Leaks the Great up against Bossman to kind of finish out that main card before we hit the co-main and the main event. And those are what I really want to kind of put some attention to now, Jay. To throw this one to you, my man. One of my favorite fighters, BFAP Trixie, one of the GOATs of the community, holds some records within the league, former champion, fell from grace and is now trying to build himself back to that title against an old and familiar foe. He comes up against one of your favorite fighters, my man, a guy that I know very well. I would say he's one of my favorites as well, but Mix-Ups, now a lone wolf, trying to take on BFAP Trixie in this co-main event.
Yeah, this is not just SNB Mix-Ups anymore. It's just Mix-Ups now. He's by himself. He is the lone wolf now. And him and Trixie, they fought before, and Mix-Ups won. This should be a really good fight because Trixie's a dog. And even though people don't like Mix-Ups, you gotta admit, the kid has skills.
Yeah, you look at that top of that division as well, Cyrus. You got Spidernator, who is the nemesis of Trixie, let's be real. He managed to get over that hump this start of the season against Trixie. But before that, Trixie had his number, and you know, Spidernator will not forget that. He's got that in the back of the mind. Trixie trying to chase the pack, trying to get his redemption on Spidernator and get that shot. It's a fight we could probably write a book about in prime time, because every single season I've been here so far, these guys have fought nearly 5 to 6 times. It's probably the best fight I've ever seen in my life. So Trixie trying to get back to that status.
Look, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm going to put every ounce of myself I can. If I have to buck up week off work, I will. We are getting a video hyping up the next time those two guys meet. But, of course, that's not looking past Mix-Up. Like I said, this guy, I know him very, very well. He's been around a lot of the camps on the scene and has trained with some of the best in the business. And that's why he's such a diverse fighter. And he presents problems for every opponent that he is up against, and that's why this co-main event is such an incredible one to anticipate. But to throw it back to you for a moment there, Humble, in our main event we have the new champion, and new, if you will, defending for the first time in Trials War. This guy is an absolute savage in the game, took that belt with an absolute vengeance, was out there with a point to prove, and my god did he prove it. He has another one to prove here this evening, the first defense on the cards, but up against a familiar foe, a veteran of the scene in Kev L. This is an incredible, incredible main event to head out this card with the PlayStation Championship on the line.
Yeah, definitely, and Kevil's deserved it as well. Currently, he's sitting there, he's beating people left, right, and centre, 6-2. I think he's ranked number 3 in the division at the moment. Versus Trials, who's 6-1, so very, very close. And Trials winning it off Johnny. The champion's been bounced around. The championship's been bounced around a bit. It came from Filthy Uncle, went to from Deagle Fly to Filthy Uncle to these guys, and one of the Trials is going to try and get a run at the moment. One of these guys needs to kind of cement themselves. Look at Fadinator on the Xbox side. He running away with it. He's beaten. He knows how to kind of put himself out there against these competitors, and it's really hard to stay consistent at the top, J-Dime.
Yeah, we've seen that no one can keep the belt because it went from, remember, it went from Bang Bang.
Oh yeah, Bang Bang as well.
To Deagle, right?
No, Deagle, Bang Bang.
Deagle to Bang Bang. Wait, Deagle to Bang Bang. Then to Filthy Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Then to Johnny.
He held it for a bit, but yeah.
Okay. Then to Johnny. Now we got Trials War. Will Kev L take him down, or will Trials War defend the belt? Because I feel like somebody need to establish themselves as the man around the PlayStation, as the champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. People need people are wondering why I'm not mentioning my fight with Kevin as well. It's because I don't remember any of it. So he's knocked out that fight. He knocked me out in that fight.
He gave you
clearly,
a concussion,
and I literally don't remember what happened. Who we picked. And I just woke up and Cyrus messaged me, said, "Are you okay?" And I don't remember. I felt fine, but a little bump on the head here and there, but I don't have no memory of that, and that's what he can do in any sort of situation, Cyrus.
Yeah, Kev L is the type of guy that really does kind of make you concerned about the aftermath for his opponents. Normally, his opponents aren't just going back, kind of to their locker room with their head in their hands. Normally, they're going home in an ambulance. So that's the thing with Kev L, man. He is a contender with a point to prove here this evening, but as we mentioned, Trials War is trying to now not only win the belt, which is one thing, of course, which is a tough test in itself. A very, very select few will get to that level. But he is now trying to make legacy like some of the others have before him. And that's what it's all about. And that main event is going to be absolutely fire. But talking about an incredible fight to kick us off in this main card, we're going to be having the one and only CTE's very own, a new camp within Primetime MMA, Karts, the leader of it. He is going to be up against a controversial figure within the community here, Jay. Bull Cut Bully. And my God, I see his calf. It is not banned. He is going ham in this one, my man.
Yeah, man. This should be a great fight for the new camp made by Karts, CTE, by him versus Bull Cut Bully, who's a tricky fight for anybody because of his kickboxing styles, his switch kicks, and them knees. His body attack is lethal, and a lot of people have a problem with it, but if it works, keep doing it, Humble.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy, but I'll tell you something about Karts. Karts was in Kaya for a while and decided to go make his own camp. He's a very good grappler, a very good striker. He's a young kid as well, and we all know how fast these young kids can kind of adapt to the game. They're a lot quicker than me and you, Cyrus. The ancient hands over here. It takes us a couple of days to look. I'm out cold from last week. I can't remember anything. Yeah. These kids are straight back on it, learning, going in the training room. I don't have that time as well. So it's helpful to be younger on this game, and that's exactly what these two are going to go in, but I do believe he's going to have the skills in this one to deal with that sort of style.
Ooh, the no respect.
Don't like it,
always in these ones.
Don't like it.
No respect.
You are absolutely right, though, right? Youth is definitely, for both gaming and mixed martial arts, it is, it is favorable to be on the youthful end of things, but they're going to start us out now, of course, the typical no stamina, as we've come to expect, although not requested from Bull Cut Bully. He's opening up with a bunch of feints out here, Humble, trying to see what reads he can get off from his opponent before unloading with some of those big fancy kicks.
Yeah, it's interesting. He does play with no stamina. I've got a bit of respect for that. It's difficult sometimes to do, but actually his moveset is something that takes away your stamina quite heavily. But this is almost a battle against good and evil as well. We have to talk about that, J-Time. There's a lot of people in this community don't like this style of Bull Cut Bully. They call it cheesing, and there's a lot of players who think I'm a technically good player against a cheeser, and you don't deserve to be here. And that's exactly what Carter's trying to prove today.
Yeah, it is good versus evil. Bull Cut Bully has almost taken a role as the super villain because there's a lot of people that don't like his style in this community, like you said, Humble.
Love it or hate it, you've got to respect it out here, my guy, because the results speak for themselves, Humble. He continues to get win after a win, and a lot of the time it's with varied approaches. He does like to set up that teep kick and the switch kicks to the body, but you see he does use the full array that are available to him when it comes to the striking opportunities presented with that calf.
He's very elusive as well. Like,
yeah,
if you look at his positioning of his feet at the moment, the way he's kind of moving, the distance he's keeping between him and his opponent. On the defense, it looks like he's kind of running a bit sometimes, but he's just making sure he's never in that boxing range, which is what you've got to do against Conor McGregor. As then Carter starts to go there, and that's when we see the first crane kick of the night, 2 minutes in. But some good work so far from Bulk Up Bully, but Carter nearly offloaded there. Jay Diamond got some off, but interesting fight so far.
Yeah, and I just noticed something too, Humble. His style is awfully a lot like someone I play against. It's like the Moroccan Lion in a sense.
Yeah.
Like Bowl Cut Bully is very similar to Moroccan Lion. We agree, Cyrus?
Yeah, no, he is. They got a very, very similar style, man. In the way that they approach the game. Of course, their calves definitely stand out from each other. But outside of that, you could imagine that, you know, one would be able to mirror the other if you'd be able to get a, you know, kind of a one to train with, you know, upcoming to the fights. But I wouldn't be surprised if they would, you know, imagine these guys kind of teamed up together, right? Made the super camp of, you know, guys that
Won't
were...
be giving them fucking ideas, Cyrus.
Bro, I'd love to see it.
They'd be the super villains.
Oh my God.
Super
I'd love to
villains.
see it, right? Turning heel, full
Hamza
heel.
Chimaev
You may have gave them an idea now. Now, Bowl Cut Bully may think about leaving AOW and him and the Moroccan Lion make their own camp.
Oh shit,
Them
do you know
versus
what?
the world.
I forgot he was in AOW. That's my bad.
Nice head kick right there. Beautiful work from the Bull Cut Bully. Good work to the body as well. There's one thing I've noticed from Carter, and I believe he's got to pick up on this. The Bull Cut Bully is very good at certain shots, but he throws a lot of the same combinations over and over again. And if you Carter, you've got to make them reads or grapple him.
Yeah. And we know Carter's dangerous down there, Jay. This guy's a savage on the mat, even with Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and even though Conor may not have the best ground game, that may be smart for Carter. I mean, the card for Carts to do. Put him on the ground, because I don't think Bowl Cut Bully want to be there. That's not where he wants to be at.
No, definitely not, brother. He wants to be crane kicking your face off, as we well know, Humble, using those elusive, that elusive footwork and, you know, kind of wide, diverse strikes that he throws in terms of the kicking array that he puts in front of you. I do think that Carts is making some really good reads now, though, and this may be where he's starting to turn up the gas a little bit and trying to push it on Bull Cut Bully, see what he's really, really made of.
Yeah, I think
never mind.
Leg kick right there, nice push kick to the body. This is where it starts, because you've got to keep your defense really high against Bull Cut Bully, especially when he hurts you, because that's when he gets him switch kicks.
God
nice
damn
work from Carter, though.
That's it, brother. That's savage.
He may put. Hold on.
Carter's going to grapple him.
That type of body rock doesn't just change the trajectory of a fight, it changes the trajectory of somebody's entire career. Absolutely unloaded. I don't know how Bull Cut is still in this, Jay.
Oh, nice work.
I'm gonna tell you how. He may be on some EPO right now. I'm suspecting, because them body shots put him down, but they probably should have put him away. And he's tough as nails, so I'll say he's not on anything.
Do you know what? It's not the first time I've heard there, Humble, that there is a bunch of picos in his system, but he
I've seen
is
some
able
of
to
those
survive.
pride doctors wandering around the back, you know, especially hanging around his locker room. So I can actually confirm Jay Dime's suspicion right there. They dig it straight to the forehead, and you know, you can see, he's got the body. Oh, nice work from Carter. Look at Carter's starting now. Carter's starting to realise that he's got his.
No!
Do that
On the crane kick,
that's
brother.
not where
The
you want to
crane
be. The
kick.
crowd. Oh, here
It's
we
too
go.
dangerous. Too
Here
dangerous.
we go.
With his signature move, my man. With his signature move.
Yep, 100%, and he lands it clean as well. And Carter's own fault. Carter playing with his food Jay Dime, and maybe that's he obviously wants to put a stamp on this fight and kind of make an example out of Bull Cut Bully. That just worked in his advantage, though.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm Card, I gotta try to put this fight away, because Bull Cut Bully is dangerous at all times in the fight. At any given time, he can throw a switch kick, a crane kick, a knee. At any given time, Cyrus.
Yeah, and he's so elusive on the feet that if he does, you know, manage to sidestep one of those shots there, Humble, his counters are just absolutely sensational. He does find himself continually pressed up against this cage, though, which has got to be giving Carter a lot of confidence.
He does, and he's got a lot of the same tells as well, which is Carter's starting to pick up on, but this is going to help him out right here. But Carter's using my beautiful knees right there. Literally, Carter, you can throw them knees. You can throw them knees on the offense without getting caught. Also,
oh my God!
I love that.
Nice work, Carter.
Ooh.
The switch is there again. I mean, he goes to that.
I know what the problem is, though. If, since he went orthodox with Connor, right? Yeah, you get his open side of the body, but them switch kicks are open on that side, and that does way more damage.
It's trying to press his opponent off as well, and usually the southpaw position helps you because you can make them walk into the lead hook if they're circling that way. Yeah. But you can see Bullcut kind of doing that, so I'm waiting for Carter to make the read. But Bullcut Bully and Carter kind of going out there, 1 round maybe a piece, I don't know, but definitely a close fight.
Yeah, it's incredibly close fight. I would say probably around a piece at this moment. I would like to see the stats. It's hard to say, as you well know there, Jay, in the moment. Yeah. But I do feel like these guys are fighting at a pace that I don't feel like the judges are going to be required. I don't want to jinx that shit, but you see right now, Carter just, he's about that life, bro. He's going to march forward, and he's going to try and take the judges out of it.
Now, what if you actually jinxed it now? Now, what if you actually did, Cyrus?
I don't believe in that shit, brother. I don't believe in that shit. No bad juju over here. None of that.
Definitely, and just a big shout out to Yikis for the tier 1 subscription. Thank you for that, Yikis. All your help supports the channel as we try to put these events on for you. Like we said earlier on, if you want to join, hit the link in the Discord. But we get back to this one in the 4-minute mark of the third round. Close fight so far, Cyrus. Could go either way.
Yeah, and obviously the types of shots that are being thrown are vengeful and furious. Violence, momentum, and speed on full display here this evening. The head kick lands once again, forces the shot out of Bullcut Bully. He says, oh, you're a wrestler now, and that is his cue to continue the forward pressure. Non-stop is Carter coming into the last 3 minutes of this round.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how we're scoring this right now.
Oh my God!
A beautiful head kick right there. Car's looking for a highlight reel. I'm telling you now. It looks like he's got his the styles, and mainly Bullcut's panicking. I can see Bullcut being very erratic with his shots, and Carter's very calm in front of him at the moment. He's stalking his prey down, J-Dime.
He is. He's cutting this cage off. He's trying to slowly pick him apart, but that's hard to do against Bullcut Bully, as we see every week.
I mean, look, you said it perfectly there. I was going to point that out, but took the words out of my mouth there, man. Just the way he's cage cutting, he's not following. It shows, there's levels. Carter knows what he's doing here. But like you say, yeah, patience, man. Just calculated, moving forwards, taking away inch and inch, millimeter of this octagon, and now he starts to unload, but not ridiculously humble, just enough to get some shots off and continue to make his opponent back up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's got to be careful, though, because he can still get caught.
Oh, that's the kick. I love that kick to death. That's the kick right
He's got, like, a really strong tendency, Bullcut, to when he gets to the fence, he likes to lunge. Lunge makes you extremely vulnerable, and Carter's kind of trying to trap that and, punish it really badly. That's why you see Bullcut right now. He's changed his game plan slightly. He's standing still, and now gassed. It's opened up the doors for Carter.
Look at the way he's moving. He's gassed. This is a desperation takedown. Carter can see the movement of his opponent. He's stuck in the mud. This might be it.
It may be over, guys. Is it over?
Oh my God! Get the finish. It's gonna be it.
It's over. Karch with the win. It is over. He has taken down the iconic created fighter, Bullcut Bully. No respect after.
And you know what? The fans are going crazy for this one, Humble. A hype train has just been started. Shout out to, of course, Yeetikas, TFA, The Pug, and Storm all putting out subscriptions, gifted, and the like. Wow. Your patronage is appreciated. And these guys, I mean, I don't need to ask if y'all are entertained. I can see you are. God damn.
Yeah, definitely. And I believe there's some privileges of that as well. If you do become a subscriber, Cyrus, it does give you some advantages in the division as well. I'm sure you get a fighter pick that of your choice if you are a competitor in that. Is that true?
So there are VIP statuses gifting. We do give these guys then a VIP role within the league. It guarantees them fights and guarantees them basically guarantees them fights effectively on fights, and weight class I think it was the other side of it. But obviously all of the, like I said, patronage is appreciated. And of course, make sure, guys, this is a beautiful time to say it, especially if you've just got gifted, make sure to link your Twitch account with your Discord account, because that will bring across some new little emotes available to you as long as that Twitch subscription lasts. Obviously, we have some nice ones here at Primetime MMA, so I like. Let's go, champ, though. Incredible fight. Incredible reaction from you guys at home. And it sets us beautifully up here, Humble, for the rest of the card. I don't know how the next one's going to top that, but I know it's going to be because the name's on the card. You know, the name's on the card. Big Nige up against KM Kalama, brother. This is going to be a madness fight.
I can't believe this is so low down the card. Number 9 versus number 4, and you've got an undefeated Big Nige who's coming back after a bit of a layoff. Let's not talk about the suspension he got. You know, he might have threw a dolly through a bus a while back and been suspended. A
dolly through a bus?
Yeah,
like
you know, you've got
Connor?
to be careful in these situations. It injures a lot of people, J-Dan. We see it week on week basis, and Big Nige is known for his naughty behaviour, but he's coming back today to fight Caliber, who's number 4 in the division, ranked 7-4. I believe he had a title shot against Fadinator in his last appearance, and, you know, came up short on that one. But Big Nige looking to come undefeated at 3-0 and try and push himself up the rankings, currently ranked number 9, Terrence. It's a big fight.
Oh, it is definitely a big fight, and obviously this is a short notice fight for KM Caliber once again, and I'm not sure on the statistics, right, but I have a sneaky suspicion that KM Caliber wins like 9 out of 10 late replacement fights. This guy, like, you know, truly is a Donald Cerrone's type guy, but maybe just with that ability to kind of compete at the upper echelon that I know that kind of evaded Cerrone for so long in his career. Caliber's able to take it to that next level, and this is a great test for him. Caliber's a young guy himself, but you were talking earlier about, you know, kind of the advantages of youth in terms of reaction times and the like, and that's something that Nigel is going to have on his side. Bring back the days of the Big Nige army. He is back on the card, making a run, and he's going to have to bring all of the tools to the table here this evening to beat such a diverse fighter like KM Caliber. I cannot wait to see it, my guys.
Yeah, definitely. And we talk about this as well, J Diamond. This one will appeal to you. Caliber's got to win over Trixie. He got to win over Trixie at Fight Night 35, and it was a KO, which was, you know, part of that main card. And big win for him to get him back up there, so he knows he belongs in that top echelon of the division.
And this should be a great one. You said KM Caliber is like 9 out of 10 for late replacement, Cyrus. Mm-hmm. You called him Donald Cerrone. Bro, listen to me. He ducks no smoke. He wants to fight everybody. And I respect that so much more than, like, that's... I don't know if I would do that, but, like, just late replacements, he'll fight anybody. It's good to have someone in the company like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And there was the fake glove touch into a flying knee from Big Nige. He isn't here to make you his friend. He isn't trying to win over fans. He is trying to get those W's under his belt, and he is starting out this fight very, very nicely.
Yeah, definitely. He loves being the underdog as well. He messaged me earlier on and said, I'm back tonight, and I love to be the underdog. And, you know, sometimes that's helpful. You know, you put a bit of pressure on yourself. It sorts out what you need to do in your mind. You know, I've been a favorite to win before, Cyrus. It's a lot of pressure in the guy underneath you. You know, if they beat you, it's disappointing for yourself. So you've got to keep your wits about you. But we're seeing a nice change of game plan from Caliber, and this is where he's fantastic on the floor with them elbows, J-Dime.
Yeah, and Leon has an underrated ground game. That's what people forget. Leon's a really good kickboxer, but his ground game isn't bad.
Well, bro, Caliber just took that opportunity inside saddle to write in the Discord chat, the freak tried to glove touch me after DMing me about respect, and now he's flattened him out and is trying to rain down some shots. That is hilarious.
Man, this is
funny. This is what I mean, though, the mind games, Jay. The mind games in this competition.
God damn, bro.
He got him in a bad position. Listen to me.
Oh, that's called me. That
he
called me
tried to
off guard.
fake glove touch him. He really stopped to type in the chat.
He did.
Like, you know how crazy that is?
Crazy.
He took a break while he had him on the ground. So, all right, hold on. Let me type in the chat real quick before I go to my next transition.
Oh my days!
Like, that's not gangsta. I don't know what it is.
I've seen it before. I've seen some fantastic competitors beating someone up while typing in the chat, and, you know, Caliber's doing that at the moment to Big Nige. Big Nige. So a bit of disrespect right there for an opponent to be fighting one-handed on the ground. You know, you've got to come back from it. You can't let him stay there. But Masvidal's not the type of person who likes to grapple, Cyrus.
No, definitely not. Especially when he's on his back, man. He's defensively sound in these positions. He's, generally able to mitigate a lot of the damage coming his way. And something interesting to note, Big Nige, of course, not only being from those LW camp, which, has a great stable of fighters in and of themselves, he also trains with the likes of Fadnator, the current champion. Got a lot of support. Him, Optics, and Fadnator are friends in real life, I do believe, and have put a lot of hours at playing with each other on this game there, Humble. And that's meant that he's been in these positions before, and you can see him being very, very calm in them, and slowly just working his way back to his feet.
Yeah, they're all Mackhams, which means they're from Sunderland. They're all they all like the football club and go matches together. But
Humble, what does that mean, bro?
Mackham
what does that mean?
Just from the area. We had a beautiful shot right there.
Oh my gosh!
Nice work.
That was a nice pull. Wait,
nice
that was a.
Come on back.
Look, that's what Big Nige is all about, and when he gets the knockouts, the Big Nige army go absolutely crazy, Jay. But he's having all the adversity he can handle from Caliber in the opening round.
Yeah, Caliber took that round. He snatched that round, and I feel like fake glove touch is what sparked this. I feel like it took Caliber to another level that round. He was chilling at first.
Nige is in the chat now. There you go.
He put a bunch of laughing faces. You're still alive.
He likes to play. It's a showmanship. He likes to play. He likes to mess about. You can't take anything you see.
Once again, Caliber's not going to make that mistake twice, bro. He ain't even trying to touch gloves. He just deeps him in the body to begin it out, and seems to be happy now to try and push forward and circle out a little bit, because I have to say, this forward pressure is a little bit of a change-up, don't you think, Humble? I mean, he's really trying to take away the octagon from Edwards.
Yeah, he is, and he's walking into a lot of shots at the moment, and great work from Caliber to counter him. The stamina is a problem, the takedowns are a problem, and the shots that Caliber are throwing seem to be catching him coming into them. We've seen this before. Nice keep. He needs to avoid those shots.
He does. The striking is 61-24 though right now. Right now the striking isn't very close.
Nice.
Good defense.
Yeah, just, very, very close, very calm, calculated approach to it. Spinning elbow attempt from Jorge Masvidal. And now they're back, just kind of jockeying for position with a big straight landing. Bro, chipping away. This is it. Trust. One big shot. That's all it's going to take.
Now what?
Oh, nice.
Wait, I don't know. I think he's recovering. He's picking him apart now. Now he's starting to get in his groove. You can see him. He's starting to get in a little bit of a flow. That knee will take you out, though.
Hey, God, if he ducked right there, that was a good night sayonara. But, he didn't. And he's keeping his wits about him, Cyrus. He's minding the shots he's supposed to not throw. And it looks like Nige hasn't got going. I know he feels he's drowning right now. It's hard to get back from this.
Yes, sir. Caliber's turned up here this evening and said, "This is PrimeTime 54."
And he puts his arm out.
Here's him, the old Gorgon.
Right now Caliber's on a different level right now. He's feeling himself.
Nice
I feel like he's in a flow state right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, the Kingsman boys there, like I said, they're known for their defense. The counters leads to the rage quit, and you can't complain because, my God, KM Caliber on top here this evening, looking as sensational as he ever has. I mean, my God, Humble, what the fuck came over KM Caliber here this evening? I think that glove touch thing really got a bee under his bonnet there. And,
I love it.
Yeah.
When someone does that, when people do that to me, I turn into a different. I can't let you win now.
Oh, this is a fight.
I can't let you in. Is that it means that much to you? If you tell me how much, if you show me how much something means to you in one shot, I'm gonna try and take that away from you even more. It gives me motivation, especially if it's at my dispense. And exactly what Caliber did. It's what he should have done as a high-ranked fighter, and somebody Nige has not been in the primetime bright lights for a while. Hopefully we'll see him back. He's only 2-1. He's still a young lad and he still can grow. He's got great friends and great people around him. But Caliber tonight showed up, and for me as well. You've seen Fadnator talking to him in the chat with Caliber, saying if you can't dodge that knee, you're garbage. That's Nige's friend. I'm using that to elevate me against Fadnator in the future, because you want that title match, you want that fight again in the future, you want an opportunity. He's tasted the hands of Fadnator. You want that back as soon as possible, J-Dan.
Yeah, I agree with you. And for Nige, bro, that was a welcome back to primetime. He hasn't fought in a while. Like, for him, there's a lot he can take from this and learn. That's your first loss, so you can either lay down there and be mad about it, or you can get up and work on what you did wrong, Humble.
Yeah, you can, and you can focus on the theatrics of this, or you can focus on the technique and what you did wrong in those techniques. You know, you kind of walked it with a lot of shots, and there's a lot to learn basically from that fight. And I think Big Nige needs to look at it from a different perspective. I think he was a bit excited to come back, Cyrus, and that was the issue.
Yeah, potentially so, right? And came out the gates hot, got caught up a little bit. KM Caliber, obviously an incredible competitor, as he once again proved to you this evening. When he's in his flow state, there is very, very little that his opponents tend to be able to do to be able to stop him. But as you mentioned, Big Nige, he's not the type of kid that's going to rest on his laurels. He will be back in the training room probably straight away after that fight. Actually, he won't, kind of rest off the concussion. He will be in there training with probably Fadnator instantly, I would imagine, trying to improve on the things that he did wrong, and that's good. What's going to allow these kids, because reactions is one thing, but the perseverance, the connections to be able to train with your teammates and high-level competitors like that is really what allows them to excel to their next level. But talking of the next level here, Humble, we are having two absolutely phenomenal competitors. One of them, a teammate of yours, Leon Stolz, up against KIA Tad. Now on the PlayStation side of things. Now under KIA. My God, this is a fun-ass fight for the midpoint of this main card.
Yeah, definitely. And Tadpole, he's 2-1 at the moment, coming off a win over Reaper, I believe, as well. Did a fantastic job in his last fight. And these two call each other out. Leon Stoltz is ranked number 6 at the moment, and Tadpole's a bit higher up on there. I think he's number 30-ish. But these two called each other out. These two wanted that fight. It's a smart decision from Tadpole to go after number 6, who's 3-0, because he does feel like he's a better competitor, he's a better player than Leon Stoltz. And that Stoltz has not fought the competitors that Tadpole's fought because of his name. And that's a great opportunity, because if you can knock out number 6, you get yourself right back into that mix for Tadpole. And this is going to be an interesting fight. I love call-outs, J-Dime. I absolutely love it when people know who they want to fight.
Yeah, I do too. I also like when people talk that talk and they walk that walk. That's satisfying to me, because you had the balls to shoot your shot. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just be quiet. They don't say who they want to fight, but they called each other out, and I respect that more than anything, Humble.
Yeah, these shot polls are all playing about at the moment already. He's already, the respect's going. But yeah, I know some things as well like that. Like the Leon Stolz has got the Division 2, Division 20 badge, the Division 3, Division 4, Division 5. And that's early on in the game, so he's a Division 20 through and through throughout this game. Might change his name throughout the time, but from what I remember and what I remember playing, he's a fantastic competitor. It'd be an interest to see how Tadpole kind of takes this one.
Ooh. Nice work so far. I mean, look, Leon Stoltz not really willing to give up too much ground here, Jay. He seems to be willing to stand and, kind of trade and get that respect from Tadpole, who, if you back up too much, is going to just have his way with you.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie to you, Cyrus. I'm scared of Dustin in lightweight. I'm like, Dustin in lightweight is an absolute animal, because he has the boxing, right? He has 5-star boxing, but his health stats are good too, so...
Yeah,
so if I was Connor, I gotta be careful.
Yeah, and just on that point, I mean, if you're new to the scene, 4-star fighters was all that was allowed on those prelim section of the card. Now we're in the main event, we're seeing 5-star fighters, no restrictions, no mirror matches allowed, and we're going to see these guys get to use the top pinnacle fighters, the meta fighters, if you will, and get the full array of techniques on display, and probably the guys they're more comfortable with as well there, Humble, which, as you see, is probably leading to this guy right here, in Tadpole, just feeling very, very comfortable moving his head. Maybe a little too comfortable as he gets caught.
Yeah, and obviously there's one person who's a low rank fighter as well gets to ban someone, so you always have an option to ban Conor McGregor if people like to use them, and gotta be smart in doing that. Maybe Leon Stoltz ban Pettis, who knows? But,
yeah, that's true.
Which would have then made Tadpole go for his second pitch, which is Conor. But Tadpole's a very good Conor, because he plays against a lot of Conor McGregor's. A lot of our teammates are Irish. A lot of them. Taj is Irish. There's he's Irish. And they all play Conor McGregor. And once you start seeing someone use that Conor McGregor, you start emulating that sort of technique, and you see that a lot with good teams.
Oh, I feel like you forgot somebody on your team that's Irish.
There's about 15 people who are Irish.
You forgot a few.
Brother, the combos, guys, they're really, really starting to unload. You can see both guys' head health hitting that halfway mark after a combination of shots landing on both sides. Really, really jockeying for position at this point in the fight there, Jay. And it looks like Leon Stoltz has got that respect, and he's starting to back Tadpole up now.
Yeah, this is a really good fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Humble, I know who you cheering for, but I don't know, bro. This is just a great fight to me.
Yeah, I need to be more subjective though. But it is a fantastic fight. Both guys, it's a battle of footwork at the moment. Both guys trying to fight for that center of the octagon there, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, this is a technical masterpiece at the moment. They're really letting it all out there. But
Wow, he was if he ends this fight like this,
he survives it, bro.
he was stunned when he threw that. That
looked
took
like
balls to do.
That looked like an old lady.
Cut out for a moment there, I do think. Hopefully comes back.
It worked
the
so
replay?
well. Oh my days.
Where's the...
What a piece there though, but Tadpole gets the knockdown.
Apologies, Discord messing up for a moment. They cut out for a second. Lads, glad that we're back for the beginning of this second round, though. That was a phenomenal first round, and it doesn't look like they're wasting any time getting the same sort of pace going early in this second one here, Humble. I mean, look at them trade already.
Yeah, definitely. It's great work. So I like what I see from Tadpole, but at the same time, he overexerted himself once, and Leon made him pay for it. So he's got to be careful in what he's doing. You know, there's a battle of that footwork and the positioning, and he's doing a great job of that. But he can't overexert. He can't throw 3 or 4 pieces to try and get his opponent out there. He's got to keep sticking to the singles, the doubles, and when he knows he can land them 3 pieces, that's when he's got to really let them go. But he's got to keep himself where he needs to be. Whereas Leon, he's looking for that perfect opportunity for that shot.
Ooh, there we go.
Double jab sets up that left hand, Jay. Lovely work.
Overexerts.
If I'm Connor, when I stun him, I'm not going to just rush and throw 4 pieces. I'm going to break him down, slowly, methodically break him down. Yeah. That's what he should do.
We'll see if any adjustments come though, Cyrus. We see it last round.
Oh my God, brother.
Oh.
And this sort of fight actually favors Dustin Poirier. We've got to point that out there, Humble, because of course he is the more durable of the fighters. Trading on both sides. Big shots are being landed. But as you see, Leon Stoltz a little bit better off with stamina. And I'm not sure where the health is at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. These two they're battling out right now. It's swinging one way and the other, and it's just... Tadpole's got to be careful. His stamina, beautiful work going to the head. Is he going to slow it down now? No,
just slow it down. Just slow it down. You can mix up the speed of stuff. Just slow it down. You can break him down. You don't have to throw fast 4-punch combos every time you hurt somebody.
And that's where the stamina is kind of playing out as well for Tadpole. Those overexertions in his strikes when he does get his opponent hurt are costing him that extra bit of stamina, whereas Leon's taking his time, he's picking his shots, and Tadpole's got to be careful that isn't the reason this fight outcome goes to Leon. He's got to make sure that Leon is not utilizing that, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, look, Tadpole though, and I've known this guy for a long ass time, and he has competed on the Xbox side for a considerable amount of time as well. He just has a kind of live and die by this action sort of attitude. He will go out there and leave it all out there every time. And I feel like he knows that if he was to be a little bit calmer, then sometimes those finishes may find themselves. But he's more than happy to plug away and to try and go for that big spectacular finish. Sometimes to his deficit, but often to the viewer's delight.
I know that.
Yeah, I've been there, bro.
Locker room leader as well. Guy's a fantastic sort of ambassador for KIA. Look at this Leon coming forward right now against one of the locker room leaders of KIA, trying to make a statement. He's trying to punch his ticket into maybe a title shot in the future. Leon Stoltz doing a fantastic job of just chipping away at Tadpole right now, and Tadpole needs to get out of there.
Two polar opposite sort of approaches, I feel like, right? They've come into the fight in terms of like using similar techniques, Jay, but they have polar opposite kind of aims when they get their opponent rocked, when they, when they're in those massive critical moments of the round. As you were rightly pointing out, Tadpole a little bit kind of more anxious to continue that pressure and really capitalize on it, whereas we're seeing Leon just be a little bit more calm and try to chip away over the course of these 3 rounds.
It's yin and yang. It's light and dark because, like, it's so crazy. They're just polar opposites, like you said, Cyrus.
Yeah.
How are we scoring this one? Because Tadpole got the knockdown in the first round, and then the second round was super close. And Leon Stoltz, stamina-wise, looks in the better shape, but Tadpole had some moments as well. So this could be 2-0 Tadpole, 1-1, or 2-0 the other. I don't know which one.
I got it 1-1. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got it 1-1. But if I'm Tadpole, never mind. Oh,
he needs to calm down. There.
He threw that up late. He could have threw up a hook ago. Oh.
Bro. This is
Leon
so
is
close.
fighting
Look at all
patient.
the movement as well, right? Little head movements, trying to pull a shot out of each other, a couple of feints here and there. Absolutely loving what I'm seeing from both competitors at the moment. And honestly, it's just going to take one committance just like that. And I mean, that if it landed flushly there, Humble, could have been the fight, in all honesty.
Definitely. And Tadpole needs to be careful because I believe he might be winning this round. And, you know, he might have another round and he can't let the stamina.
Oh, hey, this may be over.
Gas
This
in
may
the
be
tank.
GG. This may be over. Oh, it's
Nice
not.
work.
Nah.
Bro, he survives. How does he survive?
Man, that's that Irish strength. That's Connor right there. That's why he survived right there.
The heart of the McGregors is coming through, and Tadpole really showing up at the moment with his head health. But you know, it's been a close round. Caught him there. Tadpole needs something back now, and this is where, I mean, the gas tank of Poirier is gonna have a lot to load Leon if he wants to.
Yeah, and time in
Tadpole,
Primetime
like
MMA
it's
has told us
knockdown.
anything. It's anything can happen in these fights. Tadpole gets a knockdown. Once again, completely and utterly putting momentum back in his favor, Jay.
Wow, what a fight!
Anything can happen in this sport. A second ago, it was just the opposite. A second ago, Dustin was just piecing him up and put him on the ground. Now everything reversed 30 seconds later. This is crazy.
Okay, careful of getting submitted. Back to the feet. He's got a minute to last. Could be winning the fight right now, but Tadpole, well, you know what he's like, Cyrus. He's not gonna slow down, and that might be as a detriment.
He's not, bro, and he looks
It's
a bit
dip
cocked right here.
over. It may be over. I think it's over.
Yeah, he's run out of gas and he is
over.
out.
It is over.
Good work from Leon. Well played.
Yeah, I mean, workmanlike performance, right? Not only that, I mean, just like...
Over.
Honestly, that kid seems to have done his research there, Jay. He knew how to approach this fight. There's a lot of footage on Tadpole, and he must have seen some. He must have got some great corner work out the back, because I feel like his approach to it, the way that he clashed up against Tadpole's style was very, very nicely, and you know, kind of slowly started to take away some of the advantages that Tadpole had early on in that fight.
Yeah, I think Leon Stokes may have seen some film on Tadpole, and his patience was just beautiful. That was beautiful patience for him.
We had a lot of people bet on this fight as well, and there was nearly 40k kind of spread out over the course. And Leon Stoltz, 42% of people bet on him. So there's some rich people right now with, you know, 16, 15k getting put on him, and Tadpole's the people betting on the Tadpole line didn't quite come through there. But Leon Stoltz goes 4-0 in the PlayStation division at the moment. He was ranked number 6. That's got to shoot him up there. He's punching his ticket for a title shot, and maybe a number 1 contenders fight coming up for him, Cyrus, in the future.
Honestly, there's a lot of things on the cards. This kid is looking great, and honestly, I've been more than impressed with his entire kind of rise so far, and that's an excellent feather in his cap. Honestly, these fights, they continue to amaze me. I've called hundreds and hundreds of cards, Humble. I think we were talking about this recently now, much like yourself. And you know, it still to this day amazes me that these competitors continue to come out here, find different ways, different opportunities, different kind of strategies to be able to beat each other, and just the continuing, the continual bashing of heads between, or clashing of styles that we see play out before our eyes multiple times a week under this banner right here.
Yeah, and it's not the same in every league, right? It's not the same in, and I'm not going to name the leagues, but it's not the same in everywhere you go and you kind of play, and you it's like everyone knows the routine, they know what they've got to come and do in this one. And I believe we've got like some sort of, you've either got to show up and have a great performance, or you've got to win your fight spectacularly, and that's what everyone tries to do. There's no real edging out decision. Tadpole could have well and truly tried Leon, his opponent, right there. Not that type of person.
Oh yeah,
and
nice.
that's why we love him, because he's that type of character who tries to shock and wow us every single second of the fight. It's not about the win. It's about what you perceive him as a person, and that's exactly what he did. He showed up and showed out, and unfortunately Leon capitalized on that. But these guys, through all the cards tonight, they are entertainers. They are people who are part of this community, and you can be part of this too if you want to by just joining that Discord link, Cyrus, and coming up and getting a fight.
Yes, sir. Continually putting on bangers, and it's you guys right at home that allow us to do so. Your talent, being put on full display for our, viewing pleasures, and talking about spectacular fights, talking about spectacular competitors out here, Jay. We're going to be having just that up in the next one. As I mentioned a little bit earlier on to you, this is a bit of an adjustment from the graphic on your screen. It is TFA's very own Pug, the owner, the man behind the scenes that's been doing a lot of wrangling for us and some other work, putting in a great amount. In fact, he's the guy that started this hype train a little bit earlier on for us as well in the chat. The guy has been doing great things within the community, both inside and outside of the octagon, really facing the who's who. But the same can be said about his competitor in TMF's very own Toasty Toes. An established camp with a diverse set of fighters, and Toasty Toes being one of the standout grapplers of a mainly strikers camp. I think that this means a beautiful, beautiful clash of stylistic matchups ahead of this main card fight.
Yeah, and say Pug's opponent name again. I want to hear it again, Cyrus.
Pug's opponent's name?
Yes,
EMF, Toasty Toes.
I love that name, man. He should never change it. He should never change.
Let's talk
name.
about the record though, Jadam. 5-4 currently for Toasty Toes. He's number 19 in the division, top 20. And going against the Pug today, who's number 14, sat in that top 15 with 4-2. The Pug's going to be wanting to punch his ticket into that top 10 and trying to get himself into them big fight situations. It's the same for Toasty Toes though. This is a big fight for the Xbox division.
For certain it is. For certain it is. These guys have been in and about that top part of the rankings, and a standout performance here can really catapult themselves into a position where, really anything is possible, Jay. Just to kind of highlight it once again for anybody that's not in the know so far, finishes in this league massively, massively contribute to the way that you progress. It's not just about getting the win. A finish in that first round counts a lot more than a decision, across the course of 3. So it is highly incentivized to not only get that WJ, but to get it in an emphatic fashion, and that's exactly what these two competitors are about to try and do on this main card here on Primetime 54.
Yeah, it's not getting the win, it's how you get the win. You got to win in style. Like Ric Flair said, styling and profiling, that's what you got to do. They don't want to see a boring fight here. You want to see people put on great performances and shows, like Humble used to tell me.
Yeah, definitely, and sure, that's what it's about. Like, look at Leon, let's just came through right there. Finished all 4 of his opponents now by KO, and he could be getting himself a number 1 contender spot, maybe a title fight in the future. And that's what it's about, exactly that. It's about putting on a show for these fans that are coming through. And I love the picks between Chan Sung Young and Calvin Cater. You don't always have to go McGregor and Holloway. These two have kind of picked 2 of the guys that we love. The Korean Zombie didn't go his way the other day. Cyrus, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not talking about it. We
don't want to talk about it. But his skill set, he has good submissions, great boxing. He's fantastic on the ground. He's got a lot of submission arsenal as well.
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of stylistic options in the featherweight division. We're seeing it on full display here this evening. It is interesting to see Toasty Toes, who I said is predominantly a grappler, but honestly, so can the same can be said about Pug. Pug is very, very well versed on the mat, and I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that Toasty shot so quickly, and he's having a lot of success here, Jay.
Yeah, he's wrestling really well right now. He's been controlling this fight so far. Like, this is how I think about it. If you go against a grappler and you're a grappler, if you don't want to get taken down, take him down first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good point. You gotta try and trick your opponent. Get them while they're still fresh. They're not thinking straight. They're trying to edge the way into the match, and he's managed to control his opponent for nearly 3 minutes of this round, maybe 2.5 minutes of this round already. And it's going to be difficult for Cater to kind of get up and get some damage off to kind of win this round back, Cyrus.
Yeah, it could be. Especially, you've got to consider the fact that Korean Zombie is probably one of the most durable fighters on the roster. It's not going to be easy to put that man away. Although the boxing combinations of Calvin are fantastic, and the jab that Pug tends to employ is something to be absolutely marveled at, but he's not really getting the opportunity to use that so far here, Jay. He is getting absolutely flattened out on this mat, and it seems like a very, very workmanlike performance from Toasty Toes, who is choosing his shots when he postures, when he moves forward, and has so far had unrivaled success.
Yeah, he's dominating. He's dominating this round. That's up. Yeah, he's dominating this round so far. He's just been controlling it, just ground control. He's not doing the most damage, but he's just controlling it. And this round is going to finish 1-0.
And one thing I've noticed about Pug in the past as well is if you can kind of... He's a lot like myself. I get it. Sometimes I just get a bit sick of being off my back and just try and rush things, try and get close to the fence, etc. And that can cost you some stamina. And it looks like Toasty Toes is knowing that already about Pug, because he's not really building the grappling advantage after he gets it now, Cyrus, and that's key and important to kind of getting out of those situations.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of frustration setting in, but the defense holds through right there. Toasty Toes actually separates, but with no seconds left on the clock, that makes a little bit more sense, J-Dime. That was a great round for him, bro. He literally did not take a significant strike.
That was dominant. That was low risk, high reward. That was just a dominant round. Now let's see what adjustments Calvin Kattar makes here. And I'm curious, what adjustments, Humble, you think he should make?
I'm not quite sure, but you see Toasty Toes on there coming out like Chansung Chimaev, making sure he wasn't kind of taking any damage. But now you see in the striking game, and it can really open up the striking game if you dominate someone for a full 5 minutes on the ground, Cyrus.
Yeah, definitely, man. Obviously your opponent's going to be so worried about the takedown and the grappling exchanges. Pug, though, I have to say, as long as he watches that LT, I think he'll be pretty sound, and he just needs to make sure that he uses his jab effectively. It's one of his strongest tools, as I mentioned in that first round. He doesn't want to get brought into some sort of absolute crazy phone booth war up against the Korean Zombie, because his power and his durability is a little bit too much for most.
Or he's making him shoot.
Yeah, no taking pictures, right? He's doing exactly what we were calling for, Humble. In and out, landing the jabs, getting out of that pocket, meaning that double leg is just nowhere to be found. But the spin kick is...
Comes out of nowhere.
And now he grapples him again. Ooh, them shots on the inside hurt. Them little uppercuts do something.
I'm the biggest Korean Zombie fan that I know, and I've never seen him throw that spin kick ever in my life.
Chinsworth would disagree, but the double leg is... Spear, in fact. I mean, look, honestly, Toasty Toes actually looks dialed in here this evening. His grappling, his striking, all seems to be working together. Had a little bit of issues with the jab of the Pug, but once he had that issue, the takedown was there, Jay, and now he's back at work with over 2 minutes 35 left on the clock.
This is so smart by him. This is a smart game plan by the Korean Zombie. And like Humble said, I've never seen him throw that kick, but maybe he's been working on it. Maybe he added that to the bag recently, Humble.
Never seen him throw it, but yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, you know what they're like. They don't watch these fights. Anyway, he goes for the try and get back up right there, but Korean Zombie really doing a good job of keeping his opponent on the ground right now. It's not so much as well as what Toasty Toes is doing really well. It's what the Pug's not doing really well. He needs to build his grappling advantage if he wants to get up. He needs to use the fence and get back to his guard if he needs to. If he can't do that, get to a sprawl position near the fence. He needs to give himself more options than he's given at the moment, because Toasty Toes is kind of licking that up at the moment, Cyrus.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As you say that, he does manage to work his way back to his feet. That was good work right there. But he eats the spun kick to the face.
The Korean Zombie.
Toasty Toes, brother. He is toasty here this evening, Jay. Mixing it all together beautifully as he secures another double leg. Well, honestly, just with absolute ease, sliced through him. Pug is having all sorts of problems, and I do think you're right there, Humble. And the worst bit about it is the Pug knows this. He'll be kicking himself when he watches this back, I'm sure, because he knows to build up the GA. He knows how to do it. He's a phenomenal grappler, but it's difficult when the frustration is starting to set in to really kind of hone yourself back in that moment, especially with somebody like Toasty pouring it on.
Yeah, and if I'm Pug at the moment, I'm going into the third round knowing that Toasty Toes is going to try and throw that spin back kick to my head, and it's one of the most vulnerable moves that you can land on this competition. If he sidesteps that, it's over in one shot. Yeah. The Pug knows that move's coming at him in the next round, and he needs a finish. So he's got to bait that out of him. He's got to try and give him the kind of range. He's got to kind of do that, but he can't go into this round thinking about the last two. He needs a knockout, and he's got a bit of a stamina deficiency. Both touch gloves, surprisingly.
Yeah, no,
surprisingly.
They have touched them every time.
Do they got beef or something? Do they have beef?
That spin back kick comes to my head more than 3 times.
Oh, and he's back on the ground. Yeah. This gotta be
glove.
frustrating. Oh, this gotta be. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Funniest thing about this as well is that he'll probably have some of his own corner telling him against this, and that's the thing. The TMF boys, they really do like the striking. Toasty Toes is one of the grapplers from that camp, and you can see why, Humble. I mean, this kid is on it when it comes to the grappling. He's having a lot of success and just making Pug work for everything.
Knees, yeah, there we go. Beautiful work. He holds him where he is at the moment.
Them body knees gonna mean something, and then the body kick after.
Capitalizing on everything, brother. But there it is.
And you talking about capitalize up. He almost got himself in trouble. And he's back on the ground.
That needs to be the wake-up call for Toasty Toes. We believe you're up 2 rounds and you're still throwing something that could potentially get you knocked out in one shot. Got to be careful about what you're throwing and set up perfectly, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right. Mind your P's and Q's, as you know I like to say. Nice little movement out from Keita, just about evading the takedown. But he's right up against the cage here. He should have used that catch to start, give himself a little bit more space. But once again, the frustration, the time is taken away. And you can tell that that's having a bit of an effect on the pug. As we're seeing Korean Zombie just be relentless, Jay. Just fucking relentless, bro. He's really approaching this fight in a different way tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what the problem is, or was the problem for Pug? He's a grappler, but he wasn't grappling on his terms. It was the Korean Zombie controlling it. So he had to, and he's back on and he had to grapple not when he wanted to grapple. It's kind of, you're losing the fight, right? After the first round, and you're grappling on his terms. You're playing from behind, and now you need to do something, and you're stuck.
Yeah, maybe he believed that his takedown defense or his bottom game would be enough to dissuade Toasty Toes from continuing this onslaught, but that does not seem to have been the case here this evening, Humble, as once again Toasty Toes finds himself now in half guard, seems to be calculating what opportunities are available, but he gets reversed in a big movement by his opponent.
There's only a minute left.
Yeah, but the more Pug needs to get up, and it's kind of an obvious one, and he manages to. I was going to say, if I'm Joe, I'm staying on my back for the next 30
I'm
seconds.
staying on the back. Waste your time.
Force him up, walking backwards.
Make that ref stand you up, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Toasty Toes is in no rush at the moment. He believes he's up. He believes it's a huge fight. Oh, that was your opportunity. That was it. That was it.
Oh, that was it. If he sidestepped that, he may have been able to put this match away.
Right now, Pug needs like a little flurry step off, big front kick to the face or something. That's what he needs, brother. I'm telling you, something on those lines. Because
Toasty is aware though. He's playing for the win right now. The judges.
He's just playing for the win. He's not trying to get hit.
he's even put his hand in the air at the end of the fight. But imagine it goes to KO.
No respect.
Yeah, didn't think so.
Might be the first time I've seen a no respect out of the Pug, but you can understand it. The frustration is definitely going to be rife after a bout like that, but that is the style of Toasty Toes. He wants to frustrate you, Humble. He wants to put you on the mat. He wants to test you in every regard possible, and tonight he was able to, effectively disarm a very dangerous opponent in the Pug.
Yeah, definitely, and he's just beat number 14 in the division, and he's going to push himself right past that and potentially put himself in a big fight in the next fight, and that's what it's about, right? It's about putting yourself in these positions in the upper echelon of the card. You want to be in the position of Trials War, you want to be in the position of Kevel and Trixie and mix-ups and leaks the grains coming up and right. So you've got to try and push yourself up with them wins. No one remembers the losses, they always remember the wins, or the big fights that you have, and that's exactly what he's doing, Toasty Toes. The Pug will get his opportunity again. He needs to get back on that train and realise what some of the mistakes he made and come back stronger in the next fight.
Yeah, exactly right, brother, exactly right. And I know that that's the type of guy that he is. He has an entire camp that look to him as their leader, and obviously he is a great ambassador for that league, and that's exactly what I'm expecting to see from him. Is just to go back to the lab, work on those tools, and come back better than ever. With that all being said, this is another fight that has had a short notice replacement. We are going to be having Ripe up against TMM's very own Storm in the bantamweight division. We know we love this weight class, J-Dime, especially when we're seeing one of your favorite fighters, TJ Dillashaw, up against Corey Sandhagen. I expect big things, my man. I expect big things.
Man, I love TJ Dillashaw on this game. TJ Dillashaw footwork is impeccable. Like, you can beat someone up just off your footwork, just making them miss the whole time with TJ Dillashaw. And it's actually quite satisfying to watch too, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. Like the beautiful movement, and some characters have their own sort of specialist movement as well. Dominic Cruz,
signature.
Signature movement, and TJ Dillashaw's got that as well, and I believe it's the L1 button or the LB button and the left analog stick as you're kind of moving it, and it'll do some stuff. Yeah, and you can kind of get some movement off right there, but his movement anyway, switch stance, everything about that is fantastic. He's really good at hitting and not getting hit. It's all about the elusive footwork from TJ Dillashaw. But speaking of elusive footwork, you've got a long rangy fighter with 5-star knees in front of you in that pick right there, Cyrus.
Yeah, explosive striking, to say the least, out of somebody like Corey Sandhagen. We saw walk-off knockouts via flying knees up against legends like Frankie Edgar. And he goes for one right there, lands on the block, just showing TMM Storm that is something that's on the cards if he doesn't watch all of his weapons here, J-Dime. But that doesn't seem to be dissuading him. The pressure is non-stop from TJ Dillashaw.
Now, it is, but you know what I would do if I was TJ? Oh, Never mind, Corey did it because since y'all are both on that open side, I'd keep touching them to the body.
And you see TJ go for the lead body hooks to answer that as well there, Humble. Some great work, educated game plans being employed, and they seem to be testing themselves, or testing each other, I should say, very, very nicely in the opening going.
Yeah, definitely. Storm's a fantastic grappler as well. If Storm gets him down, I believe he's got a loss to myself. He's one of them characters who wins. I believe he beat Stoyan as well. So he's one of them players who can really turn it up and beat people when he needs to. Stoyan's no slouch. I really rate that guy. So if you can kind of win against him, you've got that in your bag, and that's exactly what you want to do right now. I'm waiting for him to kind of capitalize and shoot on Ripe, but Ripe throwing some blind knees right there. He's not setting them up, Cyrus.
No, he's not. And that overhand, that lead one, you say, you were exactly right to react to that one there, Jay. It literally skimmed his face, millimeters away from potentially ending the fight. But we're seeing Storm being completely and utterly unfazed by everything coming his way by Ripe MMA. Although that may be playing to his deficit, as a lot of these shots seem to be landing with vengeance here this evening there, Humble, from Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, definitely. And I've just looked at Storm's record right there, and he lost to Kobe, he lost to Kevel, two fantastic competitors on myself, and beat likes of Bulk Up Bully, so he's no slouch. Ripe lost to Smudger and beat Moolah. So these two are actually really good amongst the rankings, and they deserve to be where they're at the moment. It's a little bit of a fantastic fight, bro. I do like what I'm seeing from Storm, but I'm concerned about the stamina J-Dime.
Yeah, because of the pace he's fighting at. You see the pace he's fighting out with TJ right now? Like, I think he should not chill out a little bit, but like just sometimes throw some 1-2s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you drive down the motorway, J-Dime, you can't keep your foot on the gas all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
you've got to go in cruise control.
His foot is on the gas completely right now.
Oh my God. That body work, I'm liking what I'm seeing, the body work from both guys, but quite clearly Corey Sandhagen getting the better of that. Those switch kicks to the body, continual roundhouses, just giving TJ Dillashaw way too many problems. The ankle pick is potentially on the cards, but the defense holds true. Once again, they're Humble for Ripe MMA, and that's got to be so confidence building. He's got the keys to success, and he seems to be executing almost flawlessly.
Yeah, and it's funny because at the start of the fight you think Storm's kind of running away with it, and all of a sudden you see Ripe just trickling away at the shots. He kind of knew you're going way too fast. You're going to blow your load in the first round, and I've got a gas tank in front of me, and that's exactly what's happened right there. And Storm's going to have to recalculate and readjust because he's going to come out with a similar sort of stamina. It's going to go right back up, but he needs to get to his grappling as soon as he possibly can, because on the feet it was super close, but you're overexerting your energy, and later on in this round, this is where the question marks are starting to come in, because the start of it depends how he approaches it, essentially.
Yeah, and this is a bit of an unfair categorization, but TMM Storm, this fight kind of looks like, a brawl fight in a bar fight, if you will, and one guy's all kind of like jacked up and angry, looking to, kind of let me bang, bro, and the other guy's calm, calculated, and picking his shots very, very nicely. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that 100%. And that first round, I'm going to tell you the output difference. It was 114 strikes thrown to 80 strikes thrown, and it was still close.
Yeah.
So that someone is overthrowing punches. Storm is overexerting himself, like y'all said.
And obviously this isn't boxing, but the land percentage is a massive indicator of who is actually getting the better work off in that round there, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And, I was questioning the positioning on this card, especially for Ripe, because he is 1-1 at the moment, but he has beat Moolah, so it's a good win over his record. And the only person he lost to was Smudger, and we know how well he's been doing recently. And he's shown exactly why he's in the position he is. He's fighting somebody in the top 20, and he's doing really well at the moment, but I like what I'm seeing from Storm. He did this to me. You put them on the back and you keep them there for as long as you possibly can. It negates that sort of the striking, but you've got to waste some stamina as well, and he's already near the M.
And this is the thing. I mean, I don't think it's actually going to have this effect in this fight, but if he's able to get some good work off you, he could even have a mental effect there, J-Dime, on his opponent, where he comes out and maybe fights a little bit outside of what he has done so far and not be so calm and composed. But well, never mind. What have I just seen?
What a beautiful knee bar. He missed it.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic transition from Storm. Unfortunately, he's not going to get it, but
he's not going to get it. But that was nice, though. He's not going to get that.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
No, that's escape. So. That escape is there, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he's letting him get on top though now. Yeah, he has.
Oh yeah, that's a risk because you give that up.
Yeah, because he was one position away there from being kind of neutral and being kicked off, and he chose not to bail in that position, which was not sure if it's a bit of an experience from Storm in that position, but usually I'd see him kind of separate and then getting back to the feet for both guys. Maybe he wants to be on his back, Cyrus.
Yeah, maybe he does, bro. Maybe he does. Maybe he just wants to take this round off a little bit,
That's
allow his
stamina
opponent
difference.
to waste a bit of stamina if he can get some denials off. But it doesn't look like that's a calculated choice at this stage, as Sandhagen is now inside saddle, raining down absolute bombs. J-Dime, the positions continue to change, but the outcome is almost the same. The damage absolutely raining down via the blue corner.
Yeah, I love the pace Corey Sandhagen is fighting at. He's fighting at his own pace. He's not rushing. Like, it's the opposite right now. TJ has been rushing. TJ was fighting at 150 miles per hour for the whole first round, and now he's paying the consequences, plus the body shots, too.
Yeah, definitely. A close round, though, so far. Obviously, submission attempt was kind of the key to this one, and I'm not quite sure who's won this round, but good ending to the round from Ripe MMA. The stamina is definitely in one-way favour, but I'm not sure about the points, I'm not sure about the scores, I'm not sure about what's happened in that round, because even though he's overexerted himself, he's done some damage.
Talk the words out of my mouth there, Mr. Humbledink. I mean, I'll be honest with you, like the stamina advantage is just too monumental to ignore. TMM Storm is going to be at a deficit this entire 5 minutes here, J Diamond. He's answering this fight like he's got a full bar. He hasn't, and Sandhagen is about to style on this man. This is craziness. Let's go, Sandhagen.
Now he can start to use some of his gas tank because he saved it up. Now he can start to exert a little more now in the most important round. Ooh! If he wasn't on EPO, that would have dropped him.
Bro, I can see him mixing up. I knew it, man. Ripe MMA coming into this round, he had confidence oozing out of him. And look at him executing feints, couple of missed shots right there. But oh my god!
The comeback from TJ Dillashaw. They come back. The comeback. Oh my gosh, TJ.
He had his opportunity right there, though.
Trying to have his cake and eat it. Big risks taken, didn't capitalize, and the punishes are there once again for Sandhagen. They're humble. This is a more close than you'd expect, given the stamina.
It's because he's got the body a lot, and when you go to the body, you can get caught. You're very vulnerable to the body with one uppercut, one head, one.
Hey, I thought that was gonna put him out.
I mean, it could be 1-1, and this one's going backwards and forwards. The Storm.
It could. It's possible.
Going for it, but you know.
Corey can break him down, though. His body is fucked up right now, guys. He can really take advantage of it. Ooh.
That never die attitude. Dangerous. Yeah, I mean, look.
TJ is dangerous right now.
TMM Storm, never die attitude. That let me bang bro vibe. Ringing through to the very last second.
TJ's a wounded animal. He has not given up. He has not.
His posture has changed, though. Now you can see him visibly fatigued.
He's
to the body.
This is probably over.
He's trying to put a statement on, going back to the body, going back to the head. He's punishing his opponent. 1 minute 30 seconds left. I wonder if he knows about the KO, sort of the finish rule that we do have, where you get more points for finishes in prime time.
No, he heard you. He just heard you. That's why he stood up. He heard you, Humble.
What's a highlight reel right now against a top competitor, Cyrus, doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is doing it with some style points, a little bit of finesse on it. This kid came in with a game plan, is executing. Storm not going away without a fight, but the body, the head, he is dead. Humble. Jay, my God, just absolutely perfection over the course of that fight. He really, really got an advantage and started to run away with it.
He broke him down. Broke that boy down. Like, it was a good fight, but that stamina was just, he wore his stamina down, and he knew in the third round, I'd have a big advantage. I could start pouring on a little more, and TJ would have to take more risk because he may need a knockout. I don't know how it was scored, but he had no stamina going to third, so, Corey was just licking his chops.
Hopefully we get to see their statistics as well, Humble, because I don't know which way that was going, bro.
Yeah, 100%, and, I feel like TJ Dillashaw might have been doing okay on the scorecard. Yeah, he was.
19.
That was if he decided, he was getting some big moments in that third round. If he was going to grapple and kind of use the same game plan in the second, he might have been able to see it done out. But he took a lot of body health, a lot of stuns, and a lot of knockdowns at the end, which added up an accumulation of damage, which pushed Ripe MMA, and I've got to say apologies to Ripe MMA, because when I see his positioning on the card for the record, we've had fights like with Nigel Caliber and Kia and Tanner Stolz, and currently unranked, fighting a ranked fighter. He's come up and shown us why Fightinator has kind of pushed him up there, because he's seen some potential in him, and that when he producing performances like that, who is to doubt you? And that is a fantastic performance against a top 20 competitor for Ripe. I'm sure we'll see him back competing against the best.
Yeah, definitely, my man, definitely. That was a fantastic fight to take us into the next one out here, Jay, which is the featured fight of our main card before we move on to our co-main and main event. It is another fight that has had a short notice replacement. It is Leaks the Great up against Bossman. Bossman fighting yesterday and actually getting a victory over Proper Steve. Looking to do much the same here this evening, although a bit of a step up in competition for him. Leaks the Great has been on a tear out here, Humble. And I cannot wait to see what these guys are able to do matched up against each other, especially in such a featured spot.
Yeah, definitely. And, Leaks was fighting yesterday. He fought in, I believe it was... Who did he fight yesterday? Doc might have to help me out on that one. Proper Steve. He fought Proper Steve yesterday. And it was... I mean, he had a... No, was it Proper Steve?
No, Leaks, I'm going to tell you. I know exactly. Leaks fought Dirty Dave.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, shit.
He did.
My bad.
Yeah,
I was thinking of somebody else. He was the main event. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah, he fought Dirty Dave yesterday. He came up short, and he's got a lot of wins over Dirty Dave as well, which is kind of crazy. But Dirty Dave said in the chat, "I can't lose this one." And Leaks didn't quite show up. He's got another chance today to show up. He's currently 3-1 in the division, ranked number 13th. He was 3-0 yesterday, and he was fighting another 3-0 prospect in because Bossman stepped in. What a fantastic competitor he's been this season. He is currently ranked number 10 at 3-0, and he could be in the same position as Leon Stoltz was earlier on, pushing himself right up in the top echelon of that division. Got a lot of people who Fightinator's already fought. We need some new competitors, and Bossman's got a chance right now to beat a top competitor and push his name right up there, Cyrus.
Yeah, 4-0 is a nice spot to be. It looks like a lot of rounds between these two guys in the past, but of course, as we saw earlier on this evening, that don't count for shit, Jay.
Record don't mean anything until you fight in prime time. You can, you know what I'm saying? It's different behind closed doors, but when the bright lights are on you, some people just can't perform.
As Primetime Time said, brother, as Primetime Time said, got to make sure that you turn up when those bright lights are on, Humble, and that's what these guys are. Well, that's what it's all going to come down to with these two guys right here. It's a featured spot. It's a very visible spot on the card, and there's a lot of stakes at play for both competitors.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm looking forward to this one because it's the McGregor versus Poirier. I don't think we've seen many of these tonight, but it is one of we have seen one or two, but it is one of them classic matchups where these two can kind of show off their skill set. We see a lot of Conor McGregor's, and we know why. The power of Conor McGregor versus the power of Dustin Poirier, essentially. A bit more on the stamina side for Poirier, but Conor McGregor can utilize that body work. He can kind of negate that as well, J-Dime.
Oh, someone controller just died. If y'all see on that right side of the screen, somebody controller died. And we don't want what happened in a mix-ups Fightinator game to happen again to anybody.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all controllers are charged before y'all play.
We've seen it a couple of times, but with the Xbox here, that's a bit of a bug sometimes. Sometimes it just happens with wireless controllers, and you never know whether or not their actual controller is gone, but it looks like we're good right here, and my God, they're starting out quickly here, Humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Statement needs to be set. Leaks is a fantastic competitor as well. We know he's one of them sparring guys that can kick the crap out of many, many people, and he spars everybody and anyone, as you can see in these spars and these matchups and the ones with Dirty Dave. He's on the back foot at the moment, letting Bossman kind of protrude him and setting it with space, Cyrus.
Yeah, and getting those bodies in front of you, right? Making sure that you are ready against all comers, all sizes, all skill sets there, Jay. Really, really helps in situations like this, although I have to say Bossman looking very good, landing some big shots early.
Yeah. Oh, and they fought 8 times, so they know each other very well. Oh.
Could this be another one? Could this be another one here, Humble, where the underdog, the guy that is 0 or 1 on the record, gets the victory? Maybe not as Leaks the Great turns it up.
Oh.
Leaks is a fantastic competitor, and that the Dirty Dave matchup the other night that he had, he's going to be wanting to wipe that off his record because, short notice.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
it's beautiful. It may be over. Is it? That was beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. That was, he don't got stamina though, but that was a beautiful counter. Like, that was lovely.
Bit of beautiful destruction for our viewing pleasure there. Humble now finds himself in a half-guard position, happily working away that grapple advantage, but not able to advance his position.
Yeah, definitely. Bossman did a good job of stopping them denials, and he should be kicking himself. He didn't kind of pick a grappler right there because he had a great opportunity to try and submit him, and got Conor McGregor, you've got no chance. So you've got to be extremely talented to do that. You've got to be someone of a submission expert, and he didn't fancy his chances right there, neither would have I. Bossman on his back at the moment has had some adversity, and Leaks the Great is trying to cement some money in the bank as he's trying to get peppering away with the ground and pound J-Dime.
Yeah. Right now, if I'm him, I would just get some damage because I already hurt him. Oh, never mind. Stood it right back up.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a great fight.
Oh my God, and that's why he stood it back up. He feels like he's got his opponent compromised. And
this
he may be getting it, Jay. This could be it. No!
Oh, he gave up his back. Hey, I was about to say this match may be over.
That's where it goes to the half guard situation again. Goes the posture up, and now see, throws some combinations back, but the stamina battle so far from these counter.
Oh yeah, this may be okay.
Wow,
he's dead.
good performance.
That was
clean.
That was beautiful. What can we? That was a beautiful performance, close to a flawless victory from Leaks the fucking Great. That was a great performance.
Look,
And
you've got last
night. What, sorry?
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta have performances like that with the Great in your name. Sorry, brother. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say last night you seen a mixed bag of short notice. We had a lot of short notice competitors coming in last night and actually taking the wins. And this night it's the opposite. You see a lot of those guys kind of losing that sort of those fights and losing the spotlight. And it's a bit of a shame, but you take those short notice fights with you want to get in there, you want to do. You've not trained with your friends, you've not prepared people, you've not written a game plan. And at this level against people like Leaks, you need a game plan.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, obviously they'd had a lot around, so this would have been a spot that Bossman was probably a little bit nervous going into. It's his most visible spot on a primetime card to this date. Deserved to be here, 3-0. He was undefeated up until this case, but came up against an old foe, somebody that he'd quite clearly fought a number of times in the past and had to overcome that adversity to get his victory. Was not able to do so, J-Dime, but that fight right there, another beautiful one for the Bucks. Leaks to the Great, outperforming as few would have expected him to really have such a flawless performance. And it takes us on to the fights that, let's be honest, right? All these fights have been fantastic, but we came here for the co-main, this main event. It is going to be BFAP's very own Swift Tricks up against the Lone Wolf, J-Dime, the Lone Wolf in mix-ups, once again training out of his own corner, doing his own damn thing and trying to get that run back to the title shot.
Hey, Mix-Ups is no longer SMB. He is Mix-Ups the Lone Wolf. He's by himself now. I don't know what happened with him and his team, but I'm interested to see because you've seen how fighters perform when they don't have a corner. Sometimes you need them teammates with you. So I got to see how he can perform on his own.
He's got a corner. He's got his girlfriend in the corner. Like Mike Perry.
Like Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Like Mike Perry.
Yeah.
Mike Perry got the win with his girlfriend, and then you've seen Jamal Buckley with that over the street guy in his corner. Sometimes works. You got to mix it up sometimes, Cyrus. If it's not working, you kind of got to change things, and that's exactly what he's done right there. Looks like we get a featherweight matchup, and I really like this. It looks maybe a Josh Aldo. We don't know yet because the controller hasn't moved. But if Trixie picks Volkanovski, I really like that one.
Yeah, and I think it's Volkanovski is actually a perfect pick for somebody like Swift Trixie. He's a guy that honestly made his, reign, if you like, as Xbox champion, predominantly just striking out here, Jay. He just came out here and lit people up with those hands, but he's from BFAP. He's built for ankle picking. If he wants to, he will grab it. He's built for it, bro. He will grab that ankle, and with one swift pull, you'll be somersaulting through the air and landing on your back. And that's something that Mix-Ups is well aware of and prepared for. As his name suggests, he mixes it up with the best of them. Although this Jose Aldo pick, I think you'll agree, probably suggests that he's likely going to try and get the majority of this work done in a striking domain here, Jay.
Striking domain early, too, because Jose Aldo, like Dana White always said, he's the best fighter I've ever seen in my life for the first 2 rounds.
Now, Mix-Up's got the victory here, Humble, over Swift Tricks when he was on his losing spree. Swift Trixie has now recentered, got a couple of victories under his belt in a very dominant fashion, and is coming to get this one back. He feels like there was a wrong done in that fight, and he may have slipped up. And this is his opportunity to get that one back.
And 1-on-1 for takedowns, and he gets a nice single leg there. Really nice cutting the cage off and waiting for his opportunity to kind of shoot on that single leg. And there's no sort of resistance at all, J Dime, for that one.
Yeah, it wasn't. And I'm not going to lie to you. This is a great start for Tricky. This is where he wants to be off the break. Ooh, never mind. He gets up.
Did not expect the naked transition from Jose
That was
Aldo.
bold.
Yeah,
That was bold.
Nice. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you have to as well. You know, these guys expect you to kind of get these kind of build up your grappling advantage, and it's nice to kind of throw some spanners in the works, because that's not what they're expecting. They're camping on the obvious sometimes, and that's exactly
he got
what
out of it.
he did right there. Mix-ups doing a good job of blocking the takedowns, but he needs to land some offense. He's doing a good job going to the legs at the moment, Cyrus.
Yeah, and talking about that, he's also got a bit of a cut opened up over the right eye of Volkanovski. Of course, it doesn't play a massive effect in UFC 4, but just interesting to note that that is something that potentially the judges at least score, as it's quite clearly some visible damage on his opponent's face. He seems very, very content to be backing up, playing defensive, trying to poke at that body and land the jab, Jay, which I know that you're going to love, but the former champion is just absolutely carving away with leg kicks and making it dirty, mixing that mixed martial arts game together.
Nah, he is. But that cut on Volkanovski, I look crazy right now, guys.
Could be a stoppage right there if it goes to the corner. I doubt it, but you know, it'd be nice to see stoppage in this game, actually. Nice leg kicks there coming from Volkanovski. He is known for that. Good forward pressure from Trixie, and Trixie gets him back against the fence right now, exactly where he wants to. Mix-ups needs to kind of get some space behind him. He's getting caught on the on his counters every single time he throws. He's in range essentially, Cyrus.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely. But now they find themselves back on the mat, and once again, I just want to put this out there. Like I said, Trixie is phenomenal on the mat. Not that Mix-ups can't hold his own down here as well, but it's an underrated position, situation where a lot of people kind of, I think sleep on Trixie in. And once he gets into these positions here, Jay, he's just an overwhelming force. He's very, very good at holding those positions, stabilizing out, and kind of choosing when to explode with those ground and pound opportunities.
You said it best. He's doing exactly what he said. What you said. He's doing it. Oh my God.
And that's it, brother.
It's over. It's over.
win in
That was a
the
statement.
first
That
round?
was a statement performance by
First round,
Tricky.
bro. Yeah, it was.
Statement.
Like I said, he felt that there was a wrong done in that last one, Humble. He needed to right it. He was able to do that justice here this evening. I mean, my God, just... it pains me to say this. He kind of ran through Mix-ups. He kind of ran through him.
Yeah, and like Mix-ups never quite got going. I think that Volkanovski pick was a perfect pick for Trixie, the way he kind of plays the game, and he kind of beat Aldo at his own game. He was beating him to the leg kicks, he was beating him to the shots, and then doing a great job of kind of using the takedowns and doing some damage from the ground and pounding. Aldo had no answer for that, and Trixie is now bringing on the door for fighting for that title against Fadinator in the future. He's really wanting to get his name back up there. We know how that fight goes, and how can we deny him ready? Maybe he's another fight, but how can we deny him knowing that he's currently sat pretty in the division and he's currently sat at the top of it? I think he's number 3 at the moment at 7-4, and now he's going to be 8-4, pushing himself up. How high can he go? There's Dirty Dave, there's him, and that's it really.
Yep, old foes once again maybe battling it out in the near future. Maybe one more fight needed for Trixie, but he is definitely making a case that he is back, recentered and refocused better than ever. That was a quick co-main event for him. That's going to play absolute dividends for him in terms of the points. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier on in the card, these these kind of fights that you see, it's not just about the win, it's about the fashion of that win. Our ranking system is based on points, and victories, of course, are going to get you up those rankings, but doing so with knockouts and submissions and early in the fight allows you to kind of ascend those rankings in a much, much quicker fashion. But with all of that being said, with the rankings being explained there, Jay, it moves us on to our main event of the evening. Two guys that are at the top of those rankings between Trials motherfucking War, the current reigning champion, up against the up-and-coming hotshot Kev L, the man that's got those hands for anybody. I cannot wait, my man. What a fight we have ahead of us.
Man, this is going to be a good one because Kev L has been on quite a run. And then we remember Trials War performance last week. He ran through the former champion Johnny. Like he sprinted right through him last week, Humble.
Yeah, it was a great performance from him, and that's exactly what Trials. And you've got to remember, he's undefeated at the moment. He's at a great camp in War, and they've got a lot of competitors in there still competing. It's all about who's still competing as well, Cyrus. We don't look too much into this anymore, but there's a lot of competitors who've kind of left this game to other games and other stuff, and you need competitors, you need players around you to kind of motivate you and train with you and do stuff, and that's exactly what War's got, as we see multiple competitors in this league, and Kev L will have the same. Currently coming in 6-2, he's got beautiful wins against I believe myself. I can't remember that fight though. There's some sort of confusion. I don't remember what happened in that fight, but I know that it ended
concussion. That's crazy.
Ended badly for myself. I remember that it ended really bloody badly, and that's exactly what he can do. He can put people out. If he has a performance like he did against myself, it's going to be difficult now for Trials, but Trials is a calculated, cold killer. And I know these guys are trying to sort out some glove issue they've got going on, Cyrus. They think it's boxing at the moment. I don't know. One of them saying their glove might have some.
There's some dodgy with the wraps, I think. I mean, he was saying that. I don't know what it is, but we're giving them a couple of seconds to get ready. But I think it's just, as you beautifully queued up, it's an incredible main event that really does all of the talking for itself. In all honesty, two competitors known within the scene. Trials War earning his spot as champion and doing so, as I said, with style, with just absolute kind of finesse points in that thing. And obviously Kev L's much the same. He's of that same ilk. He's a guy that really doesn't fail to deliver in any situation presented to him. Continually adapting that game and just having some fantastic finishes throughout his time within Primetime MMA. But I do think that this is a great time, just to throw it back to you for a moment there, Humble, to have a little bit a look back at the kind of card that has just passed, if you will, the card that is going into the books as in the history books as Primetime 54. What are some of your standout performances? And of course Jay chime in as well. So let's think. We got a couple of seconds, right? So let's think. We got knockout of the night so far, performance of the night so far, and submission of the night. We haven't done them in a little while. Let's get our early votes on who we think so far, of course, ahead of this main event.
Well, it was two beautiful knockouts tonight, and I can't remember exactly who they were between. I know one of them was Caliber with a spinning heel kick to the head, I believe it was. There was also one early in the fight, and Jay might be able to help me on this one. I think it might be Noggin and Lepo. There was a beautiful knockout at some point. It might have been Wobbs even, I'm not sure, but it was early in the fight. It was another head kick KO, I believe. Fantastic kill, but I'm trying to rack my brain. It's hard.
You know what I remember? I'm gonna tell you which one I remember more than anything. It may not have been knockout of the night, but I remember Purple Urkel shocking the world against TMM Reaper when nobody in the world wanted to vote for him. Like, that's still stuck in my head right now.
Honestly, that was about as standout as it can get, right? And it's a tough one, because I think that as much as if we had like a comeback of the night sort of award, he would definitely be getting it, right? It might go down on like a knockout, because wasn't it? What was the actual finish? Was it the spin kick to the face that caught him?
Man, there's too many spin kicks. I feel like it's been a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of spin kicks. So like, I don't remember. I just remember him shocking the world.
That's the problem, Cyrus. This is the issue with the Primetime sort of event. That every fight's been so
flying
good.
knee. It was flying knee.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Flying knee.
You've got to remember, though, every fight's been so good, it's hard to remember them all.
Well, honestly, that might be my kind of contender for knockout of the night, but a couple of other contenders that I can throw out there. Leon Stolz v KIA Tad. Maybe a bit of a mensch for something like fight of the night, but there was one that was a little bit earlier on in the card that also stands out.
Kobe.
Ned and Kobe, man, that was a sensational fight, and I know that we're getting these noted up in the back, and we will actually get these announcements out tonight, because why the hell's not? But honestly, top to bottom performance, was that top striking? Does it get much cleaner than what top striking was able to do here this evening?
He did really well as well, like AJ Scott as well.
AJ Scott, that's even better.
There's so many fights that were good, like Hart and Bully. We've just Ripe in this fight did fantastic. Toasty Toes against Pug, Toasty Toes, bit of a different type of fight, but did a great job of negating that. And there's been too many, Cyrus. Do you know what? I think it's like Dana White did a couple of weeks ago. You give out 9 KOs of the night, because there was so many different sort of performances, and none other than Leon Stoltz, like you said, it goes 4-0, and Caliber as well, who's pushed his name up there, and then Carter as well, who's getting his name. It's been a crazy night, and when your co-main event could have been the main event, but we still got a main event, there's a lot to say about the matchmaking and the cards that have been
Oh
doing
my
a great
gosh, I
job.
just thought about that. Whoa. Hey guys, that what fight was that? That could have been, I said it earlier, it could have been on the main
Ned
card.
and Kobe,
Was it?
Ned and Kobe, yeah.
Yeah, that could have been on, that was a crazy fight.
Yeah.
That was one of the best fights tonight.
I think it was fight of the night essentially, but
Yeah.
there's been some great knockouts, some great showings. Trixie, it comes to mind as well. If you ask, knocking on the door, you don't get a better performance than that, Cyrus, and he's going to be creating an interesting picture with Fadinator. They always do. They've managed to, they're like lovers. They manage to find themselves way back to each other every time. They break up and come back together continuously, and their history is going to be written in primetime very, very soon again, I'm guessing, in the future.
Yeah, look, there isn't too many rivalries that just kind of write themselves, and this is definitely one of them between Fadinator and Trixie. These guys, didn't have any ill will towards each other when this rivalry started. Maybe some things have, and some emotions have been kind of touched upon as they've gone through the course of their 5-6 odd fights that they've had under this banner. And once again, those fights, that's because of the fact that they continually find themselves in that position. They keep beating people, bro. You can't deny these guys when they keep absolutely steamrolling the other competitors. And, obviously they continue to find themselves at the top of the division. And I think that's maybe where they find themselves in the near future as well. Of course, we will have to have a look at what the matchmakers think after they have a full breakdown and the rankings are put up. But I say all of this, I think that you would be very, very happy to know, Jay. I think you would be very, very happy to know, Mr. Humbledink, that the main event of the evening, Primetime 54, is here. It is ready to go. We have the reigning PlayStation champion. He has gold around his belt, and he does not want to, let that go anytime soon. Trials War is taking on the contender, Humble, in Kev-L. My God, this is a main event that we have been highly anticipating, and it is here, brother. It is now.
Yeah, definitely, and I just want to go back to something that Reaper written earlier on, and it's the ever-growing race between competitors to be the champion continues as Kev-L looks to add his name to that list, and Trials tries to write his name as one of those guys defending it. I remember a quote from, I believe it was Rashad Evans when talking about John Jones after he'd kind of won the belt against Shogun, and he said, it's one thing winning the belt, but you only ever truly become champion after you've defended it. And I do believe that's true. You can win the belt, you can get a one-off shot, but defending it, that means you're consistent, and consistency breeds success. And that's kind of where Trials is at the moment. He needs to prove himself against a tough competitor in Kev-L J-Dime.
Yeah, and Kev-L is no easy task for anybody out here. So let's see how this fight goes.
Truly not. Starting it out very quickly after a touch of gloves. Kev-L attacking the leg and then to the head. Current champion seems to be composed. Seems to be trying to work his own game there, Humble. Getting that jab in the face of Figueiredo and making him feel his presence.
Yeah, flyweight as well. Let's talk about that there, J-Dime. So we talked about the start of the card, but yeah, he picked... The challenger essentially gets to pick the weight class in this one, and the champion gets first pick. And Kev-L decided to go with flyweight, mix it up. And there was some doubt in the champion. He first of all picked Figueiredo, then switched back to Moreno. And you can see the mind games being played by Kev-L. We've not seen that being used so far, J-Dime. It might come into effect tonight.
Yeah, that was smart to me. And I can't help but say, why does Brandon Moreno look like he's 6 feet tall in the flyweight division? Like, do you see how tall he looks?
Yeah, he's got a wide stance as well, right? It's like not exactly like he stands tall anyway. He has a wide stance, and the guy's still...
Oh.
But I have to say, Moreno, though, he's also he's built like a bit of a unit, man. He's a wide guy. He's a very stocky and kind of a powerful guy. Definitely one of the bigger flyweights on the roster.
Yeah, but on this game?
They
don't look like they're in the same weight class. Do they?
But Moreno, really, in real life, he's a comeback warrior. What I liked about the last fight that they had is the game plan that kind of came out of that Henry Cejudo camp. As we know, Kev-L's been training with the Henry Cejudo camp for the strategic game plans. Was going to have something back as well, but going to try and attack that lead leg, going to try and come forward and catch Trials War coming in, because Trials War's really doing a good job of hitting that block at the moment.
Yeah, and this is what we forget. Figgy blocking is in the 80s. He has bad blocking. So them shots to the guard, a few of them gonna start getting through, and then it's gonna start breaking his guard zone.
Nice.
Yeah, you already see the jabs absolutely obliterating that block as you were calling for.
Oh,
Nice duck as well as you were
Nice
calling for,
counter.
Humble. The champion seems to be making some reads and looking to capitalize, although not one has connected so far.
Yeah, definitely. And both guys kind of stick into sort of basic, I like to call it basic boxing at the moment, basic combinations. You know, the double jab, the jab left hook, the jab straight, and those kind of combinations of catching each other, but defensively sound as well. Because they're only throwing those kind of shots, it's who can kind of land more. And at the moment, Moreno's doing that, but he's got to watch his stamina. I can see that kind of going out, and Kevil's trying to set traps at the moment. Not quite catched him yet, Cyrus.
Yeah, just not quite, but you can see that the danger is definitely there on both sides of the equation. Very much jockeying for position right now. I like the reads they're trying to make. The takedown attempt is going to play dividends there, Jay, as he's able to secure side control.
Nice work.
He's not going to be able to do much damage from there because... Oh, wait, never mind. He may be able to do a little... Never mind! With a few seconds left?
Yeah.
Never mind. I got to be quiet. Because I thought there was only a few seconds left. He couldn't do much damage. But he proved me wrong, guys.
He taught you something new today. That's why he's champion, and, you know, what he'll be doing throughout, teaching people things as they come along. And a champion's mentality. Took his opponent down, put a seal to the end of a round. You know, you might have thought that was close, but because of that end of that round, you've got to go to the champion's favour and give that to Charles Ward, Cyrus.
Yeah, definitely, brother, definitely. I think that definitely a close round, but I do think he was able to edge out. And he's starting out this round with a lot of pressure here as well. One thing I would like to see from either one of these competitors, though, Jay, is just some feints being thrown out there. Not a lot of feints on display from either competitor here, and they seem to be biting on everything. So I think it would be very, very much to one of their advantages if they went to that part.
Yeah, I would add some feints in, but I'm scared for Brandon Moreno guard because he has his blockers in the 80s, and you just keep jabbing that block. It gets scary for him.
Yeah, the difficulty with feints in the flyweight division as well is because they're so quick. You know, the feints are great, but it's because they're so quick you can get caught in those sort of transitions, and that's one of the things about the flyweight. It's just kind of, it's the same as the women's. You can just throw and throw and throw. It's all about landing first, essentially. And who is landing first at the moment is Moreno, and it is Charles, the champion. We need to see some adjustments from Kevel. You can't just keep taking
there it
shots.
is.
He needs counters.
Oh, there! You said what? You said an adjustment? There it is. There is the adjustment right there.
Kevel going for the win.
Oh my.
Oh, big shot again. The Bulldog perk coming out here, Cyrus.
Yeah, everything's starting to bleed through. The head health is almost eternally blinking. There's over 2 minutes 35 left in this second round, and we still have another potential 3. I don't think we're gonna need it though.
Goes the takedown, and lucky he doesn't get it.
The pace, my guy, the pace.
Sticking behind that jab, Charles Ward really trying to focus on his fundamentals, but Figueiredo caught him slipping there. And, you know, big moment for Figueiredo. He only needs one, but that will remind Charles Ward he's got to keep his wits about him, J-Dan.
Yeah. And like I said, Kev had success. He did drop him, but I'm still scared for that block, bro. Like, if he keeps getting that block punch, oh my gosh.
The champion sits him down, the up kick of doom allows him to survive. Oh my, this might be over, bro. This is 1 minute left. He hasn't got the block for it. The pressure is there. The stamina is non-stop. Eats her straight to the face.
Is it?
Oh,
Now
this
position.
is it.
The champion, Charles Ward, trying to take his belt home. Kevel is over.
The champ
remains.
Good.
And still,
the belt.
bro, Trials War handing out bean pies on his first fucking defense, just absolutely, obliterated that block of his opponent, knowing that he probably had a low stat. You guys were pointing it out. I didn't even know that, but he clearly.
His block is really low. It's in the 80s.
Oh, really? Like, man, that's just like that's a crazy stat. And knowing that quite clearly allowed him to, kind of approach that, I suppose, going first, like you said there, Humble. He didn't need the feints, I suppose, ultimately.
Changed the pick as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe he knew that. Maybe he picked up on what J-Dime said and decided, you know what, I've looked at difference between Figueiredo and Brock, and I can capitalize and utilize that. That's what good players do. And who knows? Kind of backfired for Kevel to pick that weight class because he just went first, and he went first every single time, Cyrus.
Yeah, it's made for an interesting co-main event, and quite candidly, the entire card as a whole. It's been a phenomenal fight and night of fights. Even it has been Primetime 54. It is in the history books. Congratulations to all the winners. Commiseration to the losers. Keep your chins high. You put on entertaining bouts, to say the least. We will try and get out the fighter awards, probably just some performance ones, since there were so many contenders for each and every, kind of section that you can give awards for. Want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you, all of the new follows, of course, all of the subs, resubs, little biddies, and the like. Your support is immensely appreciated. As Mr. Humbledink said earlier on here this evening, we will now be back on Friday with the next Primetime event, Fight Night. Of course, every Friday, going to be putting them on, absolute bangers. Make sure to tune in for that, 8:30 Eastern. 8:30 British summertime, 3:30 Eastern. Until then, make sure to stick around for the raid, show some love to the community, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.